your newfound rank in the city, you are easily able to find somewhere which will rent to you. So, yeah, you now have a lifestyle of average.
Yay.
I mean, that will probably take you no more than a week or two, to be honest, to get that sorted, paperwork signed, and all the fun stuff involved in it. But in the meantime, you can still be doing other stuff. Is there anything additional you wish to be doing for the first month?
Now that technically, I want to just make sure that was properly stated now.
Yep.
Roderick is going to start trying to start not so much making waves, but getting to know the underworld better and make some contacts.
You want to do some underworld connections. Okay. So, you will need to make me... what lore skills do you have, if any?
No lore. I just have, when it comes to like knowledges, I have knowledge local.
You're probably going to have to use diplomacy then at this point.
All right.
Okay, very good. So, this is going to be taking up most of your time, and you kind of have to earn a little bit of trust as well. So, before you even get a chance to talk to the right people to get involved, they are very much cautious given your
celebrity status.
Yes. So that is definitely playing against you at this point. And you are asked to prove yourself a little bit. So you're going to have to go and do some thievery work.
Yep. I am prepared. I have some tricks and skills for mostly for getting away. Not so much for getting it, but I have some planned getaway abilities.
Well, the issue here is you're well known, so hopefully they won't see you.
This is why you where you have special clothing like I do. I have tearaway clothing under over my armor set, and I have other things that kind of disguise how I look.
Well, the issue here is you need to be wearing your disguise beforehand, because if they notice who you are, then no matter what disguise you have, it will cause you problems.
I do. All right, here's where I explain how I pull that off. I need to go pull up spells real quick because it's pretty incredible what this does. Prestidigitation. One of the things it can color clean or soil items in one view each round. So basically, if I spend and I'm probably less than let's say 6 rounds. So let's say 2 by 3 by 1. It would take me 36 seconds to completely color myself to look like an entire different color of who I am.
Bear in mind that prestidigitation only lasts 1 hour.
No, well, also it's a level 0 spell. You cannot use it as basically changing you to a different person. It's very crude and very obviously a patch job. It won't be it won't give you any bonuses to disguise yourself. That's going to be the issue here. It is a level 0 spell.
Yeah, it won't help me look like anyone else, but it won't let me look like me.
You would look like you, just a slightly different color.
Yes. That's the issue here. It's a level 0 spell.
It would not functionally do anything.
Yeah, it's a level 0 spell.
You're a pretty unique body type, too.
Yeah. The big thing here is it's a level 0 spell. You can't abuse it in certain ways, and trying to use it to disguise yourself is not one of those.
Yeah. I get where you're going with, but unfortunately,
Yeah, I don't think the honor rules for prestidigitation will allow that. It's mostly fudge some stuff, but you can't really use it this directly.
You would need alter self.
To use it like what you're wanting to do, but that's more for tricking them when using an item or something.
I mean, You could use it to change the color of your hair. I mean, that's the sort of aspect you can go for. So you decide to have pink hair. That's about what you would be able
You'd
to do.
still look like you. You'd just look like you with a dye job.
Yeah.
Either
It won't be able to recreate the delicate subtleties that fur has.
Yeah, I know. That's why I still have a burglar's outfit over my other clothing.
I mean, if you've got the disguise skill, that's what the disguise skill is for.
There is no disguise skill.
There is a disguise skill.
Yep.
Oh, well, I do. I guess I do have that. I did spend points. Damn. All right. Well, yeah, it's both. I was meant to be using it with it, but yeah. I have, what is it? A burglar's outfit and with a tearaway edition on it.
I could see maybe it allowing you to get like a situational modifier to disguise checks.
No, it doesn't give anything. It's a level 0 spell. This is the limit of a 0 spell, and it's therefore to make it's a cosmetic. It's not a something to be functional. It's something to be sort of more playful and fun. That's the idea of vegetation.
It has its uses, but it won't give you.
But anyway,
I do have a disguise item. It's called the burglar's outfit.
Okay, what's the stats?
It doesn't give any. It just literally says sneak thieves around, and then you have the ability to remove. Then with the tearaway ability, it has tearaway clothing is generally loose fitting and allow another layer of clothing to be worn underneath. The seams and patches on this clothing are designed to break easily as a simple matter, a standard action to remove the items and walk away with none the wiser. It's literally I'm wearing an entire set of clothing that covers all of me without anyone seeing who I am underneath.
if they still work out it's you won't be able to hide from it. But you can obviously quickly remove it, and if they're looking for somebody dressed in a particular way, you are likely to be overlooked. The downside is if you are too unique, you might not be overlooked.
Here's where the other spell comes in hand for the whole thing. The other spell that I have up my alley for this is, where is it? There it is. Mage Hand. I can move an object up to 15 feet away. I can literally rip my clothing off and use Mage Hand to literally make the clothing look like it's still moving away from me, and I'm still hiding in the spot while the clothing moves away.
Problem with that, Mage Hand is kind of clumsy telekinesis.
Yes.
Anyway,
I don't think you could puppet an entire outfit with one hand.
As long as it's less than 5 pounds, you can.
And
well, you won't...
he is small, so...
Yeah. So,
yes, you can lift it and you can move it around, but it'll still be at... I think you only get one grasp point on it.
Yes.
Hey guys, let's stop jumping in. I'm the GM here, so it will be something you potentially be able to use to try and help you escape if it comes to that. What we need to deal with is before you start trying to go thievery, how will you disguise yourself so they don't instantly go, oh look, there's one of the heroes.
I'm wearing a piece of clothing over my entire self. They'll know my size. There's lots of creatures my size. I'm not a one-off little midget that no one else sees before.
Well, actually, you are very unique. Other than the few short legs that are about.
And that's what that's why you wear a cloak. It covers your head.
So, what sort of thievery would you wish to do?
I am not posting bail for you if this goes wrong.
I have lots of different things to have for getaway. My best skill is literally pickpocketing others.
All right. So you have to do some pickpocketing then to prove yourself. It's not something they're going to just let you pickpocket once. You have to do it a good number of times over probably the year before they actually trust you.
Yep.
I think is something you can use Mage Hand for because of your class. I think your class gives you to do that.
What you can do is roll me a disguise check to help disguise you. This basically is where you are taking you're dressing yourself up, trying to use clothing and stuff like that to hide and conceal yourself, make your body type look slightly different, those type of things.
Let's see, make sure. Re-looking my things out, make sure everything's in the proper thing. All right, the whole making myself small, look smaller than I really am, doesn't happen until 4th level. So, though I do have the stab and grab, but that's only good for in combat and measuring the mark. So,
may I suggest something?
Shoot.
Do this at night.
I mean, that's the point. That's how I would do this.
I'm just saying it may be unsaid, but I just wanted to say do this at night because that will help.
I mean, unless you're trying to do some Aladdin bullshit in the middle of the day.
Again, it's not said. The GM has to interpret. So.
Yeah.
All right. So you said disguise. So.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a terrible 2.
It's not fantastic, but you think it will do. You're still getting used to this. So you now can combine stealth and thievery and that sort of thing, depending on how you want to go about doing this.
Well, the trick about pickpocketing is people as long as people don't catch you in the act, you're generally pretty a-okay. So.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, the thing is about my thing. Where is it? Come on.
So, what I'm going to ask you is, with your pickpocketing, do you want to go for some easy targets, some mid-ground targets, or do you want to go for some high-risk targets?
Let's start medium.
All right. So I'm looking at roughly about a DC 15.
All right. So that's what. All right. So that's what I know what I'm aiming for because I get to know their perception check before I get to know.
Yeah. This is why I'm telling you the DC.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So. Let's see what we got here. I could choose whether I go for it or I could choose to bluff my way out.
Yeah. If you kind of know in the DC before you make the check, so that's probably what that advantage that's going to be. I think if you fail, then you can attempt your bluff check.
No, the perception check thing allows me to know how aware they are. Upon knowing that, I could choose to continue and then make my bluff, and if I fail, then I fail. Or I could choose to bluff my way out without them knowing I did it in the first place.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I could decide to make the. That's why I put the feet in the chat. She could decide whether to make the check based on the results of the target's check. If the rogue can make a bluff check opposed by the target's sense motive to prevent the target from noticing the attempt. If I choose not to go against the perception. And it's sleight of hand, which is not in adventure.
But it is against sense motive, which not everyone has.
No.
Yeah, so it's easier to bluff basically say I'm not trying this. As long as I roll a 6 or higher, I should be okay. Knocking on wood.
Never list the number. Never list the number.
All right. So your first skirmish of basically pickpocketing goes well for the first season. You're not caught, and the people who are obviously having to suffer don't notice until, well, further down the line, and there's no reason for yourself to even be suspected.
That is good.
At that point, I would say that's probably the... Oh, hello, Mary. That's probably everything you plan to do. Obviously, you did well, so they are... They're beginning to... beginning to trust you as much as they're going to trust somebody who wants to join and happens to be a knight at this point. So, still a little head of way to go. That's unless you've got any small things you want to do, that's going to take up the bulk of everything. And the Thieves Guild are going to take the sort of small amount of coins that you do gather as a joining tax.
Yeah, unless I can do some health training, I don't think so.
How long does the health training take?
3 days per HP.
And how many HP do you plan to get?
Well, it depends on how often I technically would need
Well,
to
if
do
he's doing this at night, he'd have the day, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he'd be tired as hell, but that's the issue.
yeah. It basically nighttime sleep 8 hours of the day, 8 hours of the night spend doing other things, and 8 hours I spend training. Not much for free time, but I don't know. I do it as pretty much almost as much as I'm allowed because I am super squished and it scares me a lot.
All right.
48 days, that's 16 HP.
Yeah.
Per
So-
month, so basically.
The maximum you can gain is basically what you haven't got in your health, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's basically you go up until your max.
All right. It costs you money as well. This downside.
Yeah, true. That that makes sense because you both need to be trained by others.
The palace is something which you'll happily allow you to get retrained. And they will allow you to make use of one of their trainers. I'm going to hit points. Here we go. And like 3 days. Yeah.
I'm trying to see the cost, but I'm not seeing one.
Yeah, that's what I can't.
There is no technical cost. You just technically need the resource to be able to train.
If you don't have a trainer available, technically, it's just double the time.
There would be a charge, though, because obviously you have to pay the trainer. Let's be
Training
fair.
and what?
Restoring and getting more HP.
Okay.
If you
I mean, if it just takes double time and I don't have to pay a trainer, I would take that option if that's available.
can only train one thing at a time. Unless otherwise stated, retraining costs GP equal to 10 times your level times the number of days required to.
30 gold per day.
I can't even afford. I could barely. That's like one.
Remember, we got money from the last
Yeah, but
time.
not that kind of money.
I'm not that kind. Oh, certainly not that kind of money. I have only 90 gold on me.
Yeah, most of my planning today is to try to get investors into my small business, so I don't have to actually pay for it myself.
We
Yeah,
got
I
like
think-
500 gold. Like, I'm trying to...
What?
Yeah.
Like? Oh, okay. Maybe I missed last mission and I didn't know how much we received from that.
You got 500 gold from one of the missions, and you got 200, and you got not 200, 20 platinum pieces at the end of the main thing.
All right, then I didn't get that 20 platinum. Because I know I spent that 500 gold because one of the things I got was dancing scars, and dancing scars is like 150 gold by themselves.
That was from the 350. When we were being knighted, we got 500 gold.
Yeah.
I don't know where the 20 platinum come from.
Yeah, I've got the 20 platinum as well, so...
That's news to me.
Don't recall any platinum being handed out. Maybe that might be you got paid 200 gold at one point, so that might be what the 20 platinum is.
Yeah, because I'm at 675 for gold and 20 platinum.
I think that's the 200, yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna check my logs. I keep track of everything in Hero Labs, and you can keep track of transaction history, and I always note what they are.
holy crap, someone's...
Where are you seeing the gold thing at?
I like Hero.
Right there. List otherwise stated. Retraining cost. Yep. 10 times your level.
So it's
Yeah,
kind
Be up to
I don't see
50%
anything
higher
that
or lower
gives
depending on situational factors.
I got nothing that gave me 20 platinum.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Just the 10 times your level. See, 30.
Here we go. So for bringing back the maid back alive, you got 200 gold pieces.
Yes.
And you guys were given a reward for bringing back the jade statue of 120 gold pieces.
It also could just be that Lucky Brick hasn't spent anything.
That's
he
possible.
technically paid Claire something, but that's been about it.
And I had fines to cover.
That's true.
Yeah, Lucky Brick has not spent any money, really.
Weird. I have 350 noted down for that, but I think there was some more stuff in there. I think there was some loot that we sold. Maybe I don't know.
I have a
don't
thing in
remember.
here that says first payment from the castle, which was 35 platinum pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know I've got that accounted for.
that's what I have as well. Okay.
All right, but either which way, I'm not paying 90 gold per day.
Well, it's 90 gold per HP.
Oh, I thought it was like 10. Okay, it's per HP, so it's not. I thought it was like 10 times 3 times the 3 days.
Well, it'll be, so it'll be 10 times your level, which is obviously 30, and then times the number of days that it's going to take you to retrain. Retraining is obviously 3 days, so 30 times 3 is 90. And that's like,
I can't even afford that.
you might,
I literally I might have if I hadn't bought my first, paid my first installment on my apartment.
Yeah, unfortunately, increasing a primary stat isn't
yeah.
deep.
This is the downside of doing the retrains, is it does cost money, because that's the way it curves it.
All right, I need to find something else to do in my downtime then, because that ain't happening.
You can work. Do you have any craft skills or anything like that?
My job is thievery.
Thievery. Right. I mean, you're trying to get good with the Thieves Guild, and they're making you jump through extra hoops because of newfound stature. So that's where most of your work's going in. Now, you can choose to take a little off the top and not give them all of it, but that may make it a little bit more difficult. The downside is it may take longer.
And they already, it's already going to take about a year.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on your roles. You did a really good role, so.
I'm looking up some possibilities.
I know exactly what Lucky Brick is doing during the spring.
One more note.
I don't remember where Lucky Brick's place in the initiative was.
Yeah, the initiative didn't come over with us in the turn order.
You are second from bottom.
Yep.
Oh,
And I'm the bottom. So just
Yes.
before Mecca.
So what you want to do, Ted? I want to obviously not linger too long.
Oh, that's right. Lucky Brick doesn't have much in the dexterity department.
That's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's where I have the 20 platinum pieces from, is because Claire took 15. And then I got 500 from the thing.
Unless I honestly can't think of anything else aside from he needed a place to stay to maintain cover as being a reputable member of society when he's not, and trying to work with even more people that are not reputable members of society.
So you're just going to keep up with the thievery stuff and give it to the Thieves Guild for the moment to get nice and buddy with them?
I mean, you said there was 3 potential difficulties of thieving.
But basically, you can choose to obviously keep some money so you have additional funds rather than giving it all to the Thieves Guild, which means that it might take you longer to get nice and friendly with them. Obviously, they're expecting a certain amount. And obviously they've not specified a number because they're not going to. So it's up to you if you want to give all of it or some of it. Because your role will generate a amount of money, and at the moment it's not going to you. It's going to. This is the equivalent of you working for the 2 months.
All right. Well, the thing is, my character is not internship. He's here. He's here to join. So he's gonna make some money off of this.
All right. In percentages, how much do you want to make for yourself?
I honestly don't even know how much I'm going to make because it's such a variable thing.
You would be like getting it a little bit each day, so you it's the sort of thing that you wouldn't know until at the end of the month. Then you go, oh, I've got this much. I gave them this much.
Honestly, I wouldn't. Honestly, I couldn't answer that until I've known how much I successfully gotten, and then would split from that. But
you basically.
But you can't do that because
each day you would get a little amount, and then you would give some to the Thieves Guild and keep some for yourself. So
okay, here's a question. If we're saying he rolled that 24 on his first day, maybe a bit less another day, maybe a bit more another day, and an average out of 24. But if he rolled 24 on his first day, how much would he make of that day?
In a single day.
And that was against the medium difficulty of 20.
Yeah. No, 15.
15.
Oh, 15. Okay, I'm like.
Yeah, the when I set the DCs, that's how much you are potentially going to be able to generate. Because obviously, medium difficult people will work around with only so much coin on them.
So if we knew that much in his first day, that might set the scale of how much he'd give for the rest of the month.
Because I'm I could be giving them 50% of 10 copper, and I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing. And that's a whole lot different than me splitting 50% of a gold piece to 50% of a silver. I mean, I know I'm only going to earn certain based on my roll each day. It's just I don't know what I'm working with here. I'm still working on the blind percentage.
Per week is normally the income stuff. Unless you want to make it per day, which...
Oh no, I'm not going to make that many rolls because it'll be a headache.
We're just wanting an average so we can base what we can have a bit of a idea of what he's going to do the percent at.
I'm just trying to find my little thing what tells me the income rolls, which I'm trying to look for. It's
DC times roll in silver pieces per week.
Okay. Well, I was using...
That would be the standard income stuff.
Yeah. I was using something a little differently because he's got a scaled... Because he's got... Obviously, if he goes for higher risk, which means there's bigger rewards.
And I'm already high risk by trying to working against the government as well.
I mean, it comes down to being spotted. That's when the massive risk comes in. Oh, here we go. So
hypothetically, if you made 130, 360 silver, what percentage of that would you keep, and what would you give to the guild?
And that's in a week.
A week.
Plus.
Well, it's going to be a little different because.
I mean, I don't know if is that how much
So far, in a week, you would be roughly make 21 silver pieces.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, you gotta remember that this is working from a work. I'm stealing from the common folks and not from adventurers. So
Yeah.
it's still. I gotta make sure I.
So, in a month, 120.
It costs, and that's in a week. And I need to be able to make enough to pay 10 gold a month. That's not even enough to maintain a living cost. Damn.
You're
Well,
stealing
again,
from
that's why I'm
people
offering if
who
you wanted.
basically pay a gold a month for their rent.
Huh?
Yeah, that's
I'm just saying
it's more than enough.
the level where he's stealing from is those who are making gold a month on their rent.
I mean, I thought that's why I went for medium and not for common difficulty. Honestly, I wouldn't be stealing anything. This is not profitable for the risk.
Yeah.
I would stop this entirely. It's not worth it.
Yeah. The risk reward is a bit too skewed.
I apologize, Jim. I understand where it's coming from. It's just I can't.
Basically, unless stealing from the public is not going to be considered for a hero or a adventurer, is not really ever worth it because the commoners don't have that much.
I mean, that's why I didn't go for the easier difficulty. I went for a meet for like the merchants, the middle class.
In middle class, that would be more higher risk. That will be in your.
That's why I thought the medium difficulty was. I'm not.
Yeah, you kind of phrased that weirdly, Matt.
Fair enough. Basically, low risk are the really poor. Medium risk are what you would consider the commoners, and then higher risk are those who are more wealthy, more rich. Depending on how high you go, it will increase.
Yeah. We were at an order higher. We thought like low risk was commoners, middle risk was middle class, and high risk was like we were trying to steal from.
I would stop this entirely. It's not worth the risk.
Okay.
Not enough.
Anything else you want to do with your month then?
Nope. I'm gonna start learning. Start learning how to do underwater basket weaving and compared to this.
All right then.
Okay.
Guiding then.
Okay. My guides are gonna do some retraining.
Oh yeah.
They have to retrain 2 feats.
Where's the retraining stuff? Feet, so they're different.
Feats plus features, couple feats.
States it.
5 day. I mean, they're gonna do that on the fire plane probably.
Yeah.
No idea how that works with pay or anything.
I wonder what the exchange rate for the currency is.
Yeah.
Souls.
Well, you probably would have to pay. They would probably have to pay tribute to a creature on the plains, and you would have to probably purchase what
Whatever
Something
little
fancy to
knickknack they
burn.
wanted.
Yeah, it would be sort of like you might have to get really weird and odd stuff to basically for them to take back to be able to do their training. Basically, that's material components.
Like 10 sacks of smelling salts for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that sort of stuff. That's where your retraining will be equivalent to.
All right. How much?
The cost is the same.
Okay, so they're level 3. That would be for 10 days because it's 2 feats. 30 per day.
What feats are
300
you
gold
learning?
pieces.
Yeah, 300 gold pieces.
Yeah. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. What feats are you learning?
Well, it was dodge and mobility.
Okay, I can't help you with either of those, unfortunately.
Yep.
It has to be
But
somebody
you kind of
higher
have to be a
in the same
character at a
level.
higher level to help with retraining.
Yeah.
Hang on, do I have one of those?
You could do one of them for 150.
I think that might be what I'll have to do. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. It's gonna be I'm gonna retrain my first feat for dodge, but I'm gonna have to now go back into the sheet and figure out what it was. I'm also gonna get Masterwork Artisan tools,
Easy done.
and I'm gonna work. I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna work on the painting for the battle against the generals.
Okay.
With everything done, that would take me 3 weeks for a. That's a good question. What would be more impressive? A large painting of moderate complexity or a medium painting of complex complexity?
Medium of complex.
Yeah. I mean, it's where it'd be the difference of they can just look at it from a distance and it will look nice, but when you get closer, it wouldn't be as good. Where with the medium one, it'd be smaller, but when you look close, you'd be able to make out lots of small details, that sort of thing.
Then I'm gonna go with medium complex. I can take 10 on craft, right?
You can take 10 on craft.
Then that's what I'm gonna do. That'll take me 3 weeks to complete, and I have to pay. Is it a third or a quarter?
I think it would be a quarter of the cost.
Okay, that is my retraining going out the window. Where's my?
It's a third.
Is it a third? Okay.
Yeah, it's a third of the item prices for raw material cost.
Which is kind of a silly roll.
Yeah, I thought it was 25% myself.
Mm,
That
It
makes
is
more
for some
sense.
other stuff. I don't think it's for crafting. For the artistry, it's a quarter.
right. That's probably why I was.
Yeah.
thinking of that.
And where's my balance? That's my balance. A third, so that's 400 gold pieces out the window. Oh, sorry, 40 gold pieces out the window. Making the.
Are you gifting that to the palace?
I am gifting that to the Queen Regent, yes. Who I would visit fairly early on, depending on how the prince acts. Does he have any public appearances? Does he do anything?
No. He still does stuff in the palace, but he doesn't do any public appearances. The only the closest public thing he did was the crowning ceremony. Otherwise, he has remained in the palace itself. But he still goes about his learning and his schooling, so to speak. Obviously, his sister's made it clear that she only wishes to rule temporarily, so he's still doing stuff to prepare himself for rule.
Then when I hand the painting over, which I want to give it to her directly, if at all possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fine for you guys to ask for a direct audience.
Yeah. And then I'll try to ask her about how things are going with her brother, on whether they've talked about the differences in their perspective of the generals and that kind of stuff.
She will thank you very much for the gift and will ensure it's placed in a suitable position. As for their differences of opinion, once she's dealt with the Geminols, then there will be no concern of them anymore. So our differences will be a moot point.
As I understood it, you didn't want to eradicate them.
No, they'll be put to a point where they are no longer, and then we don't have to worry about them anymore. We're not going to eradicate them. They have a captain, king, or some sort of leader, which we are going to first of all work on defense, and then we're going to work on how dealing with the growing threat. So first comes the kingdom, then comes dealing with the problem.
All right. And is he more open to advice from others where his expertise is, or where he's out of his depth, essentially?
You asking him or
Her? Yes.
She goes until he finally takes his position. That is one thing which will be unknown, but I'm sure he will listen to the advice of his advisors and those he holds close. Hopefully, but he can be stubborn.
Well, you said before that he didn't listen to you when you advised him about
No.
the Geminols. Yeah.
I mean, he seems to have come around to understand that they're a bit more hostile given the situation that happened to him.
Well, let's hope that he will learn or has learned to rely on others where his own experience falls short. And with that, I will thank her for the audience, and I will head back to my place.
No, that's fine.
I will, outside of that, try out the meditation pose that Faz was doing.
Oh, right, yeah. Roll me acrobatics.
Oh dear. 10?
I mean, it's still. I mean, you're definitely not very good at it, and if you try and do anything other than just hold the position, you're likely to fall over.
Mm-hmm.
But unlike what he was able to talk, try to shake people's hooves, and all that stuff. I mean, you can stand on your head for a bit before the blood starts rushing to it. Don't quit and join the circus, basically.
I don't think I will. I don't think I will. That's not her thing. Outside of that, I will help. Lucky if he ever needs me. I'll combine that with basically making money from painting, and I think I own Mecha a painting, so that's what I'm gonna roll. Well, yeah, I can roll for that.
Really, you owe Mecha painting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You decided to use Mecha and Zero as a model.
How long will it take you to paint mechas?
Oh, that would take me. Depends on the roll, really, because I can roll this.
Paints
I
Mecha.
can't
I call it a
save it by.
Picasso.
I'm gonna go small with moderate complexity, so it's not gonna be something extremely fancy, but it will be a painting that you can hang up, and it's gonna look decent.
Fair enough. Make your quick rolls to see how long it takes you. I hope you got math ready. Because
what can I reasonably expect from that? I'm gonna go for 10 gold pieces. unless I fail it, that should be done within a week.
Okay.
Probably faster. Add +1 because I got a +1 from the artistry check.
Yep.
Oh, easy. That would
Cool.
be half a week. I could probably paint another painting in that week.
So yeah, you better get that done fairly well. In regards to obviously making paintings to sell,
Mhm.
what would time? How many do you think you probably sort of area are you planning to sell at?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Basically, what sort of level of paintings you plan to do, and what's the selling point?
I'll probably use my artistry skill just to do some general stuff and to have it on display for people to buy.
Okay,
So it's not going to be commissioned work.
fair enough. So it's just going to be in a space for people to come and look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the painting.
You have a painting of yourself with 0, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a painting of. Let's see. What did I? Where is my? There it is. Yeah, it's Mecha working on 0.
Aw, that is so nice.
And that should leave me 4 weeks to earn money.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go for artistry painting. Well, it's right on the dot, so I can't really complain.
Yeah. This is to try and earn yourself money, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's I'm basically painting even when I go out with Lucky to help him. The idea was that I'm basically there painting and be a conversation piece or a conversation starter.
Yep.
So I produce paintings on the side that I would then sell, maybe even to people that come by. Who knows?
Wait, I have something.
Okay.
Message. I can entertain people using sleight of hand. You can use sleight of hand to entertain an audience as though you're using the perform skill.
There you go.
In such a case, the act encompasses elements of legerdemain, juggling, and the like. Basically, I'm basically pulling not so much cons, but I'm just using sleight of hands like a mini magician that's of course just using sleight of hand to do magic.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable for entertainment. So you'll be basically looking at getting the same sort of coin from basically performance then.
Yeah, but this time I don't get in trouble. that was my whole problem. In the course of a week, that was like horrible profit for the risk of prison.
Yeah, I mean, no one says being a thief is a sensible idea.
That's true.
I mean, unless you're like the mastermind, most of the people generally don't make money.
All right.
Can I roll for the other 3 weeks?
Big bucks.
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Also, here's a question: How do the people that I'm trying to get the money for know what I'm doing? Like, how do they know I'm getting them their money?
Well, that's for them to know and you not to, unless you plan to try and work out how they might know.
Wait, don't you have bonuses from your artisan tools factored in?
They do not apply to artistry. That is only for the craft.
Okay, huh.
Yeah.
So Nightide, there's no way for you knowing how they're planning on checking up. So you would have to spend effort in trying to work out how they're going to work out where you're getting your money from. So it'll be you trying to watch them watching you watch them.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a rabbit hole to go down.
It's 8 days in a week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would come down to.
Then I'd probably trying to just give them the money and say this is stolen money. Here, take it. And them getting that would believe it would be a bit difficult then. Damn.
So do you want to use your role as a performance then?
Yeah, it's treated as a perform skill.
Okay. So we went with DC 15, which is slightly more, which is starts at 18. No, I'm looking at profession. Ugh.
One last interruption. Is Taralos? No, Vil. No, Vil. Yes, is Vil considered a prosperous city?
At the moment, yes.
Okay, then that would apply. So I'm gonna roll in accordance with the artistry table for the results, right? In terms of
Yes.
all right. Come down to that one.
So you got 26, didn't you, Brone?
24.
24. Oh, okay.
That's okay.
All right. So going to times that. I don't know. So no, go on, stupid thing. Stop playing around. That much.
Remember the perform skill DC. 50 enjoyable performance in a prosperous city. You can earn 1d10 silver per day.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing. I'm just doing math.
This is so much better than me trying to steal stuff. I can make on average 5 silver per day than the 21 per week that I would have.
Yeah.
This is.
Well, you have to roll well.
Yeah.
But
reasonably
once again, yeah, but I'm not getting in trouble. There's such a huge difference.
Yeah, I want to say for that. It's a nice thing to.
So
That'll pay for itself easily.
okay.
Technically, Mecca, you have Brew Potion, right, Mecca?
Potion?
You have Brew Potion, right?
Yeah, I have brew potion.
An alchemist with
Oh,
potion.
perfect.
More likely
I'm
than
just
an
trying to double check on something because you can work with someone to.
All right,
do that.
Nightside. You over the entire 2 months, based on that roll, you have good days, bad days, and obviously some days you don't probably don't do it. But over 2 months, I've estimated that you should make roughly 100 gold pieces together.
Ooh, so much better.
Instead of 2 gold pieces, yeah.
Well, I mean,
that
that's over the 2 months. I didn't finish mathing up what it was because that was based on other calculations that we were doing. The 21 times.
Training skills.
Civil War is pretty good in this town.
Yeah, I mean, basically in a week, because I told you a week last time you made 21, so times. That much. Divide by. I think it's that. There we go. That makes math more easier. Make it about the same, to be honest. You're making it just because obviously if you divide that by if you divide the 100 by 448 times 2, so that's 96 days basically.
I thought you said 2 months.
With pony calendar, months are different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're making an average basically about 10 silver ish a day. You probably make more than that, on some days, less on others. So it kind of like evens it out.
Yeah.
Still better.
I mean,
But it's still a goal.
yeah, it's still, but this time, but I at least don't get in trouble.
How much of that are you going to give to the thieves?
Honestly, that 100 gold, that's more than enough. I can give them that, and we're going. All right, when we do the cost of living, we're basing that off of the pony calendar, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then they'll
So-
get 80% of it
80%. Okay.
because that 20 gold is enough to pay for my cost of living for 2 months.
I'd say for like the year, technically.
Yeah, like
All right. Have you worked out your calculations there?
I just realized that I made a mistake. We have 6 weeks in a month, not 4.
Yeah.
So I have 4 weeks left. I'm gonna paint a couple of more paintings.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do something with Mecha because you can brew potions.
That was Claire, I think.
That was clear.
Yeah, I was looking at something. I mean, it's for later, basically.
While you quickly work out your art, I'm going to jump to Penguin and see what they're doing there.
Yeah, because I was looking at
I
garden
am
magic
pretty interested
plants.
with Penguin.
I'm just gonna roll some stuff on the side, and I'm gonna get back
No,
to
that's
you
fine.
afterwards.
Penguin. Or
All
Duck.
right, nervous penguin. Wow, he now has a mare friend. Hooray!
Who will take all
Um,
his money?
That being said,
No, that's going to be Gunther.
in
You have to pay me off,
in essence,
Mecha Gunther.
what he wants to do, what Duck would encourage him to do, is to start a school of the arcane arts. How could he? He's going to try to ask the people in charge if they'd be willing to fund such things, and also get some community donations in to see if he could start one.
Aw, that's very nice.
He likes magic.
If you need any help with that, within reason, let me know because Mecha would be all up for that.
You want to do basically a school.
Specifically of the arcane arts.
Yeah.
And not particularly for youngsters, but for starting adventures, teens to...
Okay. A little bit different then.
Because I know they already have schools for young things, I would think.
Yeah, for kids and stuff, there will be that sort. So, Magical Academy, basically, right? They don't have anything in the city 100% suitable for it, but they can definitely give you a place that would be suitable. As for donations, let's have a look. So setting it up would cost that much.
If you need me to, I could certainly roll Duck's diplomacy if you needed a diplomacy roll.
I'm afraid Duck is. It would be Penguin's diplomacy I would need, not Duck's.
Oh, God.
Nice try.
They will. Okay, so there's two ways you can go about this. They can fund it, but they will take a percentage of basically a percentage of whatever profit you make. I'm gonna have a look at. I'll work out percentages, but it will probably be somewhere in the area of about, because they're forking up most of the money up front. They'll be looking at about 50%.
About what?
Basically, if they pay for it, they would want 60% of your profit for teaching people.
That's okay.
Or you can pay half, and they will be looking at only about 40%. Looking at the half, that would still be over 1,000 gold pieces to get everything set up for a magical school.
Okay. I just need 200 gold pieces from somebody then.
Oh, I think I can shoot you 200 gold pieces.
You
If
live
you're
with
looking to
us.
fund it, the
More than
exact
happy.
cost will be 1,407 gold pieces and 5 silver.
Lucky Break would easily spot you.
Yeah, divide the remainder between Mecca and Lucky Break.
Yeah, and then that's with them helping out, right? Or is that just like the total
Yeah.
cost of the thing and then minus?
No, that is them helping you out as well. They're paying half the cost, basically.
Who is them, by the way?
The school board.
The palace, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
just making sure.
yeah, government, like the Minister of Education or whatever we got in place.
The palace. They don't quite have that many individual government sections.
Got it.
Then yeah, if you guys want to chip in, currently I have 814 gold pieces, so donations would definitely help. You know, also just so I don't drain everything that I have as well. Like,
Yeah, Lucky Break would more than happy to. Let me see. So I'm looking at 100. What? Or how much is me?
You need overall what is needed is 1,407 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces.
I'm willing to put
Since
in.
I have
I'm
an
willing to
essential
put in
stuff.
the I'm willing to put in the like 800 because you said like this is gonna get a little bit of income, right? Steel.
Yeah, I assume you will be charging adventurers to learn said skill.
Yeah. So I'm willing to put forward like 800 of that, just because I'm gonna be making some money from that.
Yeah.
So that brings us up to 1,000, and let's see what else.
You need a collective.
I'll
200.
put in 300 myself.
Lucky Break has important. Spring is very important to Lucky Break.
Yeah.
He is expecting a visitor during spring, so he's.
Well,
Well,
with
get-
spring, you'll probably have to travel back to your village if you want to visit. That's where your mother will be. Back at your.
How much would a masterwork
Lucky
dagger
Break
sell on
will
the market?
probably not even be in the kingdom during spring, so.
Yeah. A masterwork dagger would cost. Daggers are what? 1 gold piece. Masterwork is 300.
Sounds
So,
about right.
was it 350?
I think weapons it's 300 and armor it's 150.
150. Yeah. So it'll be 300 plus whatever cost of a dagger is.
I can sell my masterwork dagger.
Okay. If you're selling your masterwork dagger, then you would get half the cost.
What are we at right now in terms of total cost? Looks like we got.
We're at 1,300. It looks like. So we need 107.
7.5.
So Lucky Break will give you 200.
That'll cover it.
Yep, that would cover it.
Take the platinum pieces off my sheet.
And make sure that you use your change as hold your change as a fund for any future problems that might pop up with your school.
Is
First aid for
that
school
Gunter's,
supplies.
is that Gunter's school or is that Pingwing school?
Penguin school. Gunter doesn't have a school. Gunter's a penguin.
Yeah.
All right. Now the next important question: what are you going to be calling your school?
Oh. Can you give me like 10 minutes on everybody else's turn to like come up with a really creative name?
That is fine.
I
I
didn't
would
think I'd
leave.
get this far.
I would leave it blank there. Basically, the most of this spring and probably a bit of summer is going to be you setting it up, getting it ready, and getting the resources in from probably in various places around the kingdom. Set up a college is going to take work.
among other things that have been discussed.
Yes. That will probably be announced later on. Claire.
Nuts. I was hoping to get a little bit of, if you guys are already spending money that way, unfortunately. My plan was to try to get a bit of things with a magic plants.
Ooh, magic plants.
To sell to people, but unfortunately, if you're doing that, then we're not going to have the funds for that.
I have
Yeah.
some money left.
Yeah, like the thing I was looking into was a goodberry bush. Try to pull something that way, and that because it makes things throughout the year in terms of money.
Yeah.
But it's pricey.
Pricey for the startup.
I don't think
Yeah.
you would have that kind of money.
Well, technically, as I said, like that's one of the things and all that basically it's pretty much like a. I was looking into trying to start up a magical garden kind of thing, like something that technically Claire could get work. Basically, she gets the palace to pay, she pays off the cost of that. But basically, it works up sort of a magical garden of sorts.
Do you have the feet required?
Well, actually, between Mecca and Claire, yes, they have enough to really make that work. But unfortunately, because of the cost and all, I'm gonna have to think of something else. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've just now found that. I mean, it's definitely a future project.
Yeah, like it's one of those like kind of things, like because there's a couple plants that technically, because it's going to be so long, like that kind of thing will pay for itself.
4,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't think we could afford that, even if we fueled our money right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like something
Yeah,
like
but
that,
palace-
basically being
palace-
able to have that as a like thing for the city and all would be a remarkable source of, or the knowledge tree or something like that. Because of like half the cost and all, like that would basically be something that would be definitely paying for itself, because like people would like to know, like for the augury effect, like is this going to be a benefit for me or not? Like here, this apple will tell you.
You'll probably
Like
be
that
looking
kind
at
of-
doing something like that at a little bit higher level, but
Yeah, but I mean, like
that.
that's something I was thinking about trying to sort of pool for. But yeah, because of my like the knowledge of nature and other stuff like that, the knowledge of planes and stuff like that, like I was looking to try to set up a little bit of a magical garden.
Yeah,
you can,
I would totally be into that too.
You can start the process of preparing the area. You can pay for a garden and a greenhouse if you want to prepare an area, because that take time to build and construct.
Yeah, because that would definitely be something that I'd want to try to do. Basically, sort of explain like the nature of, as I said, like it would. And since none of them are like, how many Earth ponies like does the palace sort of employ?
It employs a few. I mean, I wouldn't be able to give you exact numbers. I have
But
no idea.
it's like
how
someone
many.
that could corroborate that this place might be an excellent spot for doing something like that. She's trying to sort of get permits for like the greenhouse and to.
Yeah, I mean, you would easily be able to get to construct a garden / greenhouse if you want to. That would not be any issue.
And the
Yeah.
startup for that for Goodberry Farm would be a bit more challenging.
But as
Yeah.
I said, something that she could do later though, because if we don't have the funds for that kind of thing.
I mean, like I said, you can you should have the funds to construct your garden. You'd be able to grow your own food there until you get something a bit more nicer.
Yeah, because basically I have to because it does have a prime up. I have to prime the area before I could do any of these.
Yeah. Where is the cost of a garden? That's buildings and organisation. I need rooms.
Yep.
So like I said, Lucky Break Spring would probably be the only time Lucky Break isn't working a diplomatic thing. Spring is kind of difficult for short legs.
Yeah, it is understandable. You definitely would want to be
He's getting
going
his
home.
Sims new on.
No, he's got to talk to. He's got to visit his mom.
Well,
Fortunately, is only really easy to contact during spring.
Oh, I see.
Garden. Okay.
Mom has got it going.
Definitely. Oh yeah,
Okay.
she does.
So getting everything sorted fully for a garden, ready, and what have you, would take, based on these numbers, basically 180 gold pieces.
Yeah, I can pay that.
It'll take a little bit of time, but you can also work in, because you've got yourself set up as a job. You can roll your profession skill to basically start earning yourself money in any way.
Yeah, but I would want to retrain briefly. Oop, careful, kitty. You're feeling
Wow.
better, aren't you?
What do you want to retrain?
The double strike into power attack.
Yes. So 3. So that's that much, and you do it for 5 days. So yeah, it costs you 150 gold basically to train.
Okay, 300 gold and 330 in total. So that's fine. So I'll have 345 left. Okay.
And then if you want to basically do.
No, I'm saying with the cost of the greenhouse as well.
Oh,
That
the greenhouse. The greenhouse is an upgrade. Have to pay on top.
You said 180.
Yeah, 180 is for the garden,
Yeah,
and you've.
because basically this would be something that could keep things in a whatever season is needed. Because some things are limited in season technically, and this would let me keep them all basically growing throughout.
Add a greenhouse on top of it appears to be an extra 120 on top.
I can pay that.
Yeah.
However,
If you go straight away, it's 300 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's fine. I can pay that. No problem.
it would be important for me to bring up that Lucky Break would invite his friends to come with him.
Claire would decline on that front because she's spent too long not doing her job on things.
Pass, but I might visit during my thing because I'm going to be traveling a bit during my spring.
So
But I have lots of stuff planned.
Well, Lucky Break is traveling.
Yeah.
Oh, Mecca can give you a list to wherever you're going.
Anything else, Claire?
It would be the how many weeks would I be rolling for?
Sorry.
Profession.
Well, while your garden and everything's being built, you can do your day job anyway, because your base that is you paying other people to basically come do it, everything else like that.
Yeah.
So you can basically do it for the whole 2 months.
Which is 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, 12 rolls. Okay.
You just need. We're just doing one roll to do that rather than making hundreds of rolls.
I don't trust my dice. So would
sorry.
4 rolls and then just doubling, would that be okay?
Oh, it's 12. So triple.
12, so 6 then.
If you really want to, I'll have to say
Because I'm expecting a nat 1. Let's be honest. I'm expecting a nat 1 on my roll.
Having seen what Tuesday was like for him last week, I can vouch for him.
During that time, Guiding will come by and will ask you to be a model there for a painting.
She could, but
You don't have to
she'd also
censor-
ask very bluntly, like, have you looked at me?
Yeah.
Make an interesting character study. It's the political way.
She'd have the time, technically, after she was finished working, so...
During your work, it's fine.
Okay.
You work with your alchemy stuff, right? Most of the time.
Herbalism, actually. She's technically a chirurgeon.
Do you treat people as well?
Oh, yeah, basically, yeah.
Would you prefer an image of you working with plants or treating someone's wounds?
She'd have to. One moment. I'd actually in character have to think about this because that's a hell of a thought. Because there's benefits to both. Probably treating people because she does occasionally go to visit this, that, and the other for a few people. So I'll do my 6 rolls real quick.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
That's some good rolls.
Wow, the dice were kind. What the hell?
There you go.
I did not. I expected like a 1, a 4, a 5, a 7, and then a 19, just as a middle finger.
Then guiding will come by for 1 week, and after that she will hand you over a painting of you in your workshop treating someone. Price wise, if you want to sell it, probably around 12 gold pieces.
She'd keep it.
All right. And another thing she would do is visit Roderick and bring him a small painting that is him flying through a forest.
It's life size.
Well, the painting is probably not quite as big as he is, but his character is of course smaller, or his representation is smaller in the painting. It is a small complex worth about 30 gold pieces. You look a little bit like a flying squirrel in it, but aside from that, it's a good
Well,
painting.
gee, Bullwinkle.
Hey, sugar gliders are awesome.
Rolled a 23 on the artistry.
All right. Thank you.
Far out.
For your new home.
You don't know that it's new.
I don't know that. I know.
Well, for your home.
For your home.
Thank you. As touched as Roderick it actually is by it, he's looking at it and he's like, "Who has pictures of just themselves? It's so vain."
It's a time of self-portraits are actually pretty common.
I know.
At times.
Well, you also got to remember, it was common for people of means. He didn't come from means, so he's thinking like a common person was. Like, why would anyone do this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Claire's looking at it as like, hey, this person did a nice gift for me. I'm not going to say no to it. Like,
Mecca's like,
he's still thankful for it, but he's just like, why?
Mecca's like, of all the self-portraits I have, this is my favorite because it shows her dirty and working in the guts of a mechanical horse. Unlike ones that her parents make her dress up for.
Okay. I've sort of so we will have, where is he? Lucky. I mean, most of yours will probably be travelling home and enjoying the short leg
Lucky Break
dancing.
So Lucky Break would offer for his friends to come visit.
Mecca will offer to give you a ride, but I actually have stuff planned this spring. And if you do take Becca up on the ride, she's going to gun it with Zero.
Yeah, Lucky Break would be fine. Since Guiding was wanting to help Lucky Break with things, Guiding would also have. Since
I'd love to come, but I'm really busy with paintings at the moment.
yeah, unfortunately, it's just like everyone's trying to. Like, Claire's got to oversee the greenhouse as well for things. It's just an unfortunate, like, she would apologize, but saying like she's neglected both her the patients and her. She has something she's actually constructing with things. Again, she would apologize though to him.
Lucky Break would not, definitely wouldn't hold it against them. Disappointed because he wanted his friends to experience things. It's an important time for him. But
I was gonna say, I mean, Penguin's busy, but at the same time, I guess, are you gonna be gone like the whole month?
Probably not the entire month.
Most of it, yeah.
I had an idea in mind, but I mean, if you're gonna be away for most of the month, it probably not wouldn't work.
It'll probably keep Gunther from stealing from you.
Oh, Gunter
Lucky
would,
Break would definitely want Penguin and Duck to come.
well, Pingwing is exceptionally busy, and things are happening that would require Duck to be there in the month.
Yeah, but I can
next year though, probably.
You're gonna have to settle for Mecha and Zero.
Lucky
And
Break
that's
would
cool.
look definitely disappointed that Penguin and Duck couldn't come, but he understands.
Yeah, stop, cat. You don't need that. No eating dental floss.
Okay. Well, if anyone needs me, just send somebody to find me.
That would be me.
Yeah, oh, probably in the downtime for resting, and I'll probably would be training the Badger, the Wolverine too.
Oh yeah, I mean, you
Plenty of time.
If you got plenty of time.
Well,
If you do it until the end of the year, I'll let you know what goes on with it.
actually,
Yeah,
Gil,
she would. I imagine probably because there's.
During the week that she's there, Guiding's gonna recommend renaming the Wolverine Badger.
Yes.
Gil,
It would make things so much easier.
Yeah.
So actually, in theory, if this first month is just getting like the arrangements for that money together, and then just having people build the building.
Well, there's already a building available that they will give you. But you need to get the stuff what actually you need to use to train people as magical equipment and the resources and the material components. All that obviously is where all the cost is going to, as well as the furniture and everything else.
All right. Well, this is more of a you question. Do you think he could do all that, and with him and Duck go to see people that Mr. Lucky Break has in mind?
You can. It will you just have to spend a bit of the summer months set up as well.
Okay, so I made 126 gold.
Oh, what? Could you word that better?
Basically, it's going to take you longer to set up. If you go away, you then have to spend the time you're away to set up. So you're just delaying it. That's all what's going on. That's the only downside in regards to this, is it just takes you longer.
Gotcha. Sure, let's do it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. You got your wish. Short leg.
Yeah. Lucky, I think pretty much you would come back probably after seeing family and stuff, ready to start doing stuff during the summer. Because you probably would have missed your short leg friends and everything else while you were there.
Most importantly, he wants Penguin and Duck to meet his mom.
Yeah, Mecha's gonna miss out on his mom, but she'll be around for a short introduction to your other short leg friends, and probably gonna make them very confused and uncomfortable with her relationship with Zero, which is gonna be fun.
That was wording.
Yes, intentionally.
Lucky Break would Lucky Break did it good.
Huh?
Mainly because since Duck and Penguin are newly acquainted lovers, it would be very important to Lucky Break for them to meet his parents. his mother.
Oh, Duck would be all for it. 100%.
Meeting a love god. Oh, Penguin's gonna have spend a lot of time unconscious due to fainting, isn't he?
Possible.
Maybe.
It's gonna be a high stress vacation. Oh, you two enjoy your honeymoon.
Meeting new people puts him at an automatic 3 on his anxiety level. It's like
Meeting
having,
a love goddess.
it's like having the red card at BronyCon.
Yeah. Meeting a love goddess who gets way too up into your personal space.
Oh, he's less nervous with Duck there. That's great.
I'm more interested in seeing how that meeting would go.
Oh yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Steel?
Yep.
It is kind of up to you on how that meeting goes.
I mean, you'll probably find any meeting in regards to people is slightly awkward, but the short legs are always friendly and happy and very much in your personal space. You'll probably find the kids or the short leg kids would be trying to climb over Zero. I mean, short legs are very hands-on, so and they probably wouldn't mind too much about Mecha's weirdness in regards to it, and probably would find it interesting and ask more questions and that side of things.
Right. Hopefully they're not looking for answers, because I don't know how much Mecha explanations will be able to translate.
I mean, you talk, and they will happily sit there and listen. It's probably going completely over their heads, but they will still be there and listen.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
And then ask you more questions as you talk in the middle of you talking.
Because kids.
Yeah.
And short legs.
Well,
Short attention spans.
Literally learn from doing.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I got a phone call.
So in regards to Mecha, would you be heading back at some point to do any sort of work or anything like that?
Oh yeah, totally. I'm just really dropping these guys off.
Okay.
I have a lot of stuff I have to do.
No, that's fine. What are you planning to do?
Me?
Yeah.
Is it from? I'm going last. Don't I have people ahead of me?
We're at the bottom of the list, pretty much.
Oh, we're at the bottom of the list. Okay. Well, I'm gonna spend 5 days with my mom. Retraining that discovery. If you make me retrain that discovery.
Yeah. That's if you, retraining. That's fine. Your parents, they would still teach you the value of money, but they are not that mean, and you would only have to pay for whatever materials is used in the retraining. So you could do it because it's your mum at half the cost.
Okay. So that is.
So, ultimate question is: do Penguin and Duck get to dance?
That is a very personal question.
How much would he have to cost?
Does retraining the discovery take 5 days?
It should take 5 days.
75 gold.
75 gold. Got it.
That was the question. Would it be 150 for Claire or 75 because of her military background?
It would still be 150. It's
Okay.
literally only because it's a parent doing it in this case.
Well, I'm just curious for Claire because of her military background with with everything and all.
It would still be 150.
Just
as
wanted to
you'd be
double
doing
check.
it through a professional thing rather than anything
That's
else.
fine.
Other than that, I am going to rent out a building to turn into a messenger's office. kind of like a post office, but for message runners.
I believe they do have something set up, similar to message runners anyway.
Yeah.
But it tends to be more Palace owned, so they tend to be important messages, not personal ones.
Yeah. This is more of open use.
Yeah. No, I'm just letting you know that you do have a niche that you can get involved in.
Yeah. So yeah.
Fair enough.
I will offer and I'm also going to be looking for investors. And I'm going to offer free message running to show the quality of my good, followed by discount for repeat customers for investors.
Mail office.
And I'd ideally like to use the building next to Duck's Bakery so we'd be neighbors because Duck is adorable.
I will see what's available. I'm just seeing building would you just be equivalent. Yeah, it's likely just going to be equivalent to a shop. Particularly special. So you want to rent which isn't rent a space, which isn't too difficult and is something you can do, which renting a shop would be equivalent to be very similar things to like renting living space.
Mm-hmm. I assume that.
You probably could get somewhere suitable, which will cost you 1 gold a month, but it's definitely not going to be any. It won't be in the center area. It'll be more in sort of the outskirts of the city itself. So
No problem.
You'll be looking more closer to the wall type of thing.
Oh yeah, that will actually probably do better for a message runner. But I wanted to get it next to Duck because Duck is adorable.
No,
But yeah,
that's fine.
I'm good. So,
No, okay, so you've got very basic sort of things put together. You would have to spend money fitting the place out to make it look like a proper work environment.
right.
Which, if you want to do that, there's already a building you're renting, so you don't have all of that. You just need to fill the stuff in. Getting it sorted out would cost 275 gold pieces.
Tight. But yeah, 275?
Yeah, 275.
Yeah, I can afford that.
Okay. What profession skills do you have?
Profession?
Yeah.
I don't have anything in profession quite yet.
Okay, then that's fine.
But I wasn't planning on doing it myself. I was planning on hiring someone because I'm a mechanic first and foremost.
Right. You want to try and hire people to do it, right? Okay. Set it up. So,
I'm making this harder on myself, aren't I?
you it's going to eat into any profit you'll make. Basically, that's what it's going to be. So, finding somebody you can use to as a messenger here is possible. you definitely could set something up so it'll be messages around town. Outside of the town would be a little bit more difficult at the moment.
Right.
As you would generally have to pay people a lot more, and it's mostly because you've just set up. So,
Right.
Gotta spend money to make money. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I understand.
So your first period of time isn't going to be very profitable, but as time goes on, and if you invest in your business, it will eventually give out. So,
I was
you
also
will
looking for investors or loans to make like some like
You want-
display models for future cars. Well,
you
You
want
talk about mannequins, like in the thing, like
pretty much. I can't make them run until I'm level 4, but
Yeah. So you're just using the shop to display a prototype and hoping people who come in pay to obviously have letters delivered, but also help invest in your potential idea. Is that what you're going with?
Sure.
That's what I'm
Right.
going with.
Okay, cool. The only skill really which will help determine how effective your business
venture.
proposal is going to be diplomacy, unless you've got any other related skills you feel will help.
I got artistry for making the chassis, so I can make them very beautiful looking.
Okay. I mean, that helps in regards to the crafting side of things, but I'm looking for more, and you could definitely sell that side of it, but you're trying to sell a business proposal rather than just these mounts at the moment.
Yeah.
Anything else, possibly?
is
Oh
this
yeah.
after? Here's a question for you: are you doing this like a first time, like before like Lucky leaves, or after? Because you might be able to get him to sort of wrangle a few people.
This would probably be after they leave and come back, because given the month and stuff, they probably Lucky would have left fairly early on.
Yeah, it's something Lucky
Okay,
Break
I
would-
just figured to ask, like one of those.
It looks like diplomacy at the moment, Mecca. You're probably
The only other idea I had was knowledge engineering, so I could explain the mechanics behind it, or knowledge arcana.
those will help explain the ideas behind how it works, not necessarily the business side of it, because obviously that's what investors want to know. So you can fill in with technical jargon, or you can go for the diplomacy one. Those are your two choices.
Yeah, I kind of wish Lucky was still here.
It's fine. This is only early stage. You guys are probably going to your money's going to fluctuate within the finances and stuff. Unless things go horribly bad, you won't go bankrupt.
You say that.
I
Do you
mean,
think I should go with diplomacy, guys?
Um,
I mean-
What about trying to see if your mother knows someone?
Oh,
Use your
I'm
family connection.
like I am working through my parents and family friends.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you may. I don't know. Okay, if you are, then
Mom,
Yeah,
can you
I
join
will be
my
working through my parents and
startup?
family friends to
what was that? Doug?
get first original concept. I think
Okay.
I'm gonna put off doing a display pitch. I'm mostly just slowly leaking information for now, so I'll wait for my investors until Short Lake
Okay.
gets back here.
So you
So-
go wait on hiring people then. Yeah, basically you're just gonna build like the housing and
Yeah.
all like that.
Yeah, I'll build my shop. I will wait on hiring and do the message running on my lonesome, just to get my name around town a bit more positive light than that crazy pony with the metal
you
horse
go.
that attacks people.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way of looking at it.
So, do you want me to do ride checks or something?
Because technically, you're delivering letters. At this point, it would be considered untrained. So, no, that didn't work. So over the 2 months, with delivering letters and stuff like that, you would be able to make 9 gold and 6 silver pieces,
Okay.
as well as obviously you're showing off Zero's speed and stuff like that, and so you're also doing the job, but you also sort of showing look how quick it is and that sort of thing.
Should have named him Amazon Prime.
Oh Lord.
I've called it just Mecca's post office for the time being. If
Start
you
the
want
world's
to name it
first
something
Amazon.
else, let me know.
Deuce X. Like FedEx, but the other half of my name.
Pop it into chat how you want to name it.
Okay.
That way I get the spelling.
People give suggestions. I'm not a name giver.
Amazon.
That's all right. Duck's still wait. I'm still waiting on Duck's.
No, don't
Yeah.
worry. I'm
You
vigorously
consider
typing.
the horse. Do you consider the horse male or female though?
I'm considering Zero male-ish. So not 9 gold and how many silver again?
6.
6.
Optimus.
Optimus.
I got nothing.
Okay. Well, have a think on it. We'll come back round. So I want to jump into the summer months now because spring took longer than anticipated.
No, but we're just trying to get everything sort of
Yeah, I
situated,
know.
I think.
I had a feeling it was going to go a bit.
Fortunately, Lucky Break is busy during the spring.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, during the summer, the Gemnol raids on the northern towns intensified, but the garrisons hold them at bay at this point in time.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good choice.
The obviously, Lucky, you will probably return at the beginning of summer. Duck, would you also return from at the same time with sorry, I said Duck. Pigwin, would you also return with Lucky, or would you come back earlier?
Definitely return. Did you see my my DM by the way?
Oh no, I don't generally look at Discord.
That's just an idea.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't get too ahead of things on that side of things
Yeah.
at the moment. But Mary. But when would you return? Would it be with Lucky, or would you come back early?
Well, what is Lucky doing out there other than having us say hi, Mom?
Well, spending time with his family, and being there for the short legs ceremonies and that sort of thing. So he spends basically the whole of spring out there.
He'd probably like stay for like the short leg ceremonies and things just to see them, but like he wouldn't probably stay the whole month. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay,
really his.
that's fine.
It's not really like his thing. Like out there, you know.
I mean, Doug probably would enjoy seeing her family again.
What family?
Well, I mean, in this scenario, the chances are she probably would still have family, unless they went off to go and poke things too much and were removed.
That she is an orphan. That's never changed in her backstory.
Poor short legs that went missing.
But I mean.
So
like,
okay, that gives me an idea of.
She would have
when-
she would have, like I said, like she would love to spend time and have a fun time for like the first month of spring over there. But then like, yeah, he's got to get back to his school after that
Yeah.
with her.
That's fine. Cool. I gives me an idea of how long you've so far been back and doing stuff. Okay, Roderick. Summer. Are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to do very much the same sort of thing?
I don't know how much of a connection I made with them, so with the underground. So I don't. So I gotta keep working towards improving those relations to where at the very at least a decent source of income that they'll be willing to pay for to get information. So
Paying for information, that is something you possibly can do.
well, not now. I bet this is an investment in the future.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That's what, I don't. There's nothing
so-
I'm looking for yet, but
Oh, so
Yeah.
you want to make a network of connections, basically.
I mean, whether it be financial, intellectual, things like that.
So,
But there's got to be quid pro growth. They're gonna work with me. I got to work with them.
all right.
I'm gonna
Brody,
go.
if you want to make your not performance, your sleight of hand check again.
I'm starting to develop some new ideas. When I was looking at the sleight of hand skill, then perform skill, about how performance was like over time, you might develop a reputation as
Yeah.
a good performer. Maybe I can get myself invited to high clientele and then make my actual robberies.
I mean,
I know it's just pieces of lore story for later for an idea for later.
yeah, I know.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, for now it's just gonna be more sleight of hand check for performance. Maybe I'll start making myself well known. So still.
Not as good this for the summer. Obviously, the Gemini is making a little bit of a push. It's put everyone a little bit on unease, and clearly they're some of them have decided to buy new rock.
Alright.
Times, but let's see what you would get. Can't map out. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, I know what I want to do. Ugh, no, I wasn't trying to divide by 0.
Technicals already, huh?
There we go. Right. So you would not be as a good this month or months. You would in total make this much over the entire 2 months.
Seems like it's gonna be if you have to take a hit this month. Geez, that's a huge difference.
I mean, it is a huge difference, to be honest.
I mean, compared to the 100.
Yeah. What I will mention is the Thieves Guild, though, do comment on what sort of. They obviously want to inquire what sort of connections you are attempting to make. As if you're just a performer, then they're less likely to open the doors to other areas.
Then all right. Then I would try to explain to them while I am performing, it is the nature of my skill of how I perform. This acquires a dexterous hand and a nimble finger to these things through. As of right now, until the future notice, the job, me acting as a performer using the same skills I could to, like, say, nick something off somebody, I earn more this way than I would be selling to you. Yes, I could potentially pick this money off of someone else, but I would not make nearly as much and thus be less profitable to you.
They will go continue, but we will look into a job that will earn you trust, and will put a stain upon your name so that we know you won't sell less out, and we will have something to hold on you if you decide to try.
Wow, that's very criminal thinking. Bravo.
I understand the need for trust, but there, trying to, however, to purposely put me in a compromising position that could potentially hurt me as well as you. That I don't see the benefit to you in that in such a true matter.
No, it won't put us in a compromising position. If you get caught, it's all your problem at that point. If you don't get caught, then good. You will let you in, and if you try and do anything against us, we can destroy your name in the process.
Yeah, it's out of character. That's like common criminal practice. They have to make the new recruits do a crime, so they can.
So yeah, there's a popular YouTuber out there who's one of the most pronounced diamond thieves, and he just does videos on like his past crime life now that he's performed, and I would recommend watching into those, especially for the for your character. It would just make a.
I know who you're talking about.
Basically, Night Tide is they're not going to do it right at the moment, but they in some downtime. I'm going to give you a job to do, and we're going to get you breaking, entering, and stealing stuff. Basically, just means that they can hold something against you. We probably won't do it during this session, and we'll probably do it during when I can grab you at some point.
Like we have with the princess.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were literally just like, we want to sell your name so we can just rat you out.
This is just
No. It's to make sure you're not some goody two shoes.
Yeah, because if you
actually want to make sure I actually do shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood that entirely. I thought they're just like, we want you in trouble so that we can control you.
Oh, that's totally what they want.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but they're not. I thought they just wanted it just for the sake. Not like I thought they wanted something. They didn't want anything out of it. Just more than.
No. They're trying to make you like a made man, basically, something like that. Like basically, like how the mob had you kill someone before they let you into the inner circle, something like that.
It won't be murder.
Yeah.
I mean,
Echo.
they might have. I guess they could try to give that information, but they would also need evidence on it, I guess. All right, I'll agree, because I don't know on how they would, like, they would need to take photos or some sort of physical proof, or honestly, if people wanted to claim it, they just zone of truth me, honestly.
They will ensure certain things, don't you worry. That will come about in other time, but you can continue your performing to continue to gain your entrance fee, as they've put it.
Well,
Once your entrance fee has been paid, then they will take you aside, and you will have the task, and then the doors will open.
All right. Well, I'm giving them 26 gold out of it, and I'll take 10 just to cover one of my months, and I'll cover.
No worries. Anything else you want to do, or are you just keeping up that sort of side of things?
If I have, I mean, I'm basically spent the past 2 months doing performances, so I don't really have much time for else.
No, that's fine. All right. No, I mean that's what I'm expecting. A lot of downtime. Yeah, I'm doing this quick, and done. Hopefully. So, guiding.
I'm gonna make a couple of regular visits to the Queen Regent.
Yep.
To find out whether there's anything that I can do to help her, how she's doing, how her brother's doing.
So, the Queen very much is basically engaged with obviously ensuring that the northern front is secure. Some scouts going out investigating the Gemnol territories to see what intel they can gain.
She's not taking to the field herself, is she?
No.
Good.
She's the Queen. As much as she hates not doing that,
Yeah, I'm gonna move my king out into the middle of the chessboard.
yeah.
Well, generally, you do move the queen. That's the point. Sorry, continue.
Her brother is assisting her with the less military matters.
Mm-hmm.
Given she's not one for that side of things, so he is getting involved as well. That's sort of the gist of what they're doing at this point in time.
All right. Okay. So they're all doing well. So nothing on that front. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna invite Penguin to come to my atelier. What do you call that? Basically, to my workplace.
You talk about your studio.
Thank you. Yes.
For
making a painting.
oh, base.
You've got a school. You need a portrait, right?
Of course.
There we go. I'm gonna ask him to describe Duck in his own terms while painting him.
How would you describe Duck?
How would Penguin describe Duck?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
How would Penguin describe Duck?
Oh, okay. This is the most wonderful little duckling in the world, and he would just big old hearts everywhere. He's in love. And he would go on and on about how he loves the way that she makes him feel, and that she's just so nice to everybody, and how he could wish that it goes on and on and on and on for like 5 minutes.
All right.
He loves specifically like her little freckles and all that stuff. You know, he notes all that.
Perfect.
I don't know what details you're looking for here. Like,
physical details and just how he would describe her in his own words.
she looks like a duck. and he loves it.
All right, so he's giving a, let's call it a rosy-eyed description of her. That's perfect. All right.
Very blushy, and awesome, and yeah.
Okay. Let me. I think I can do that with that. So it's gonna be. What would be better suited? A small one or a medium-sized one? Because it's a school.
Well, it depends if it's going to be like the self-portrait, you know, with
Mhm.
like the headmaster. I mean, small you probably could get away with, but if you want more, I would say like seeing the building as well. You probably want medium.
No, it's more a portrait kind of thing.
It's not
So you
called a
could-
headmaster, it's called a principal! I'm being stupid, sorry.
Well, is it?
No, I just know across the pond, they call it a headmaster.
Yeah. Let's see where I could. That would be that plus that.
I know
I'm
that because of Harry Potter. I bet Steele pronounces it, or says it's the Philosopher's Stone.
It is the Philosopher's Stone,
Ah, there he goes with it.
not the Sorcerer's Stone or whatever you crazy Americans call it.
It is the Sorcerer's Stone.
The Fuzzy Potter's Rock.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna take probably a week to finish the portrait. It's gonna be small complex. So it's for everybody else, small would be 16 by 20.
Yeah.
And it's got a decent level of detail. And I'm gonna bring that by the end of the week. The second week would be a lucky break. I'd also, if he's back, I'd invite him to the atelier to do an image for him, since he has taken a more official position. That makes sense.
Yeah. Lucky would be back by this point. Lucky, you are muted if you're trying to say anything.
Fine. Yeah, Lucky Break would have definitely be back by this point and would have resumed his regular activity. He would actually have started to getting things that he wanted to do, since his main goal is to start building positive relationships between the various tribes instead of having them to just be non-aggression pacts. Means practically nothing.
Then when Guiding is helping you out with that, she's gonna pay you as part of that.
He says, "Oh, all right. I will be more than happy to do that."
All right. I mean, Lucky's first thing is going to be going off to Arcissus and just to do stuff with the king over there. Lucky, you're probably going to be away for an extended period of time with your diplomacy and stuff like that. So if you're sent off, you'll probably be over in Arcissus for the rest of the year.
Then I'm gonna use what little time I have to basically prepare everything with that, and then paint it from memory.
Oh, I could really use Lucky's help before they go.
Break would he's like, okay. He drastically tries to work it into a schedule before he leaves.
Yeah. I think it's going to take you something like 2 weeks just to get over there. So
He's like, okay,
Okay.
I can cut down the travel time with Zero. Zero is ridiculously fast and does
Well,
not.
Lucky won't just be going by themselves. They'll be going with some guards, some other envoys, and stuff like that. So it is a small detachment of diplomats who will go.
Yeah,
Never
he's
mind.
going
Then
with
I
an
only have the
entourage.
1-0 at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, diplomacy isn't just one.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna as he's doing the preparation, I'm gonna paint the painting of him because I'm sure that will take time to set up the entire thing.
Yeah.
Although now I can't help but picture Lucky Break doing paperwork is hilarious.
And by the end of that week, you will receive a small painting with you in the middle and the rest of the group surrounding you.
He's like, oh, he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I hope I'm not sounding ungrateful. I am really grateful. I'm really busy.
No worries, because you're going to be gone for a while. This is something to remember the rest of us by.
Aw.
Penguin makes a very terrible model. He tries to hide himself.
I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna finish one more painting before doing the rest with trying to earn money. The last painting will be a portrait of Duck, as described by Penguin. Rolled a nat 20 on the artistry painting.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna make it small, and what's the option on that? It's very complex. I could go very complex. I'm gonna make it very complex.
Woo.
Ooh. Fancy.
Fancy.
I can easily do that, and within a week, that would amount to that amount of money.
Actually, it makes an interesting question. So, actually, during this time that Lucky Break is gone, Penguin would have Lucky Break's house himself.
Yeah.
I'm going to whisper something to you, Matt.
Yep.
Which gives plenty of time to do all kinds of interesting activities.
Now, if you needed Duck as a model, she is definitely not as hiding herself.
That's fine. I can work from your description. I'll probably visit her shop once or twice just to get a more realistic image of her, but
You would get a lot of bread.
I've probably shopped there before, but
Yeah.
just to refresh the memory.
You know, I just had a weird thought with this. Because of the magical things and all, like just the way because this eventually does become whatchamacallit, the capital of, right? You know
You mean the capital, Vilgertown?
Yes.
It doesn't, because that, if I jump to the main view, the capital will be on top of the Tribe of Ohms.
Okay.
Is from Arcissus, correct?
Yeah, Claire is, yes.
Lucky Break would have asked Claire to accompany him.
As much as Claire would basically, Claire actually would tell Lucky Break, unfortunately, that there's a reason why she left Arcissus, and it's probably because of the state of things, and would go into detail about how the political situation is as a native, just how uneasy it is, and why there's such a heavily armed escort working with him.
Lucky Break takes notes.
Yeah, Claire would give as very, very detailed information about how the nuanced political structure is there, because, like, as much as she might gripe and complain about this place, it's a much better place than the state of Arcissus at the moment because of the massive fluctuation of small baronies that are basically only held in conjunction by the charismatic nature and bribable nature of its leader.
Hmm.
Yeah, like
What I'll do, Lucky, is I'm going to give you a load of extra information after the game about Arcissus and basically the sort of stuff you won't get to know until one of the later books, but I'll give it to you early.
Hi.
as from Claire's Bits is a native. Yeah. Again, because she's trying to, again, she would be trying to explain that she's trying to set up a very particular kind of greenhouse that she's sort of looking more for the long term of things in regards to matters like just because it's something that would basically, I guess the best way of looking at it is sort of a retirement thing a little bit down the way. But it needs to be very, very carefully managed, and it's something of more of a it's sort of kept to more of the earth ponies in regards to things than a lot of unicorns would think to consider. Yeah, but out of character, and I'm just sort of wondering because you can transplant magical plants and all. But I'm just wondering if Claire's not doing the start of the actual silver map.
I mean, you would do like preparing the garden, stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you could, you can start trying to head out to try and find this stuff. That sort of thing would require probably going into dreams and looking for it. But then you're going to have to start hiring probably additional bodyguards and stuff like that. Because the Forest of Dreams is a dangerous place.
Mm-hmm.
Going in anyway, was there anything else you wanted to do, or are you okay to do any final checks yourself?
I'm gonna do the money making for the 9 weeks that are remaining.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will.
One question: retraining of skills, does it cost anything?
Again, it's the retraining cost. Unless it specifies a alternative cost, then it's the
doesn't
same
specify
as
any cost.
then it's the same as the previous training stuff.
All right.
Skill ranks is 5 days. You can
So-
retrain a number of skill ranks equal to your intelligence bonus, minimum 1.
Yeah, that's the problem is the cost at that point.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do 9 weeks of making money. So
That is fine. I will let you do that. I'm happy to.
does my artistry get me any commissions?
So you've only done additional paintings for 9 weeks so far.
Roundabout, yes.
Yes.
And exposure.
Not fully yet. There are other artists who are popular and stuff, and you are trying to get yourself into a potential popular or a little bit competitive area as well. So you're probably going to have to put more effort in at this point.
All right, then that's what I'm going to do. Because I was thinking about switching over to profession, but the artistry does get me commissions if I get good enough.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to continue with that then.
Yeah, there is notoriety that comes with.
Hey, you can always get paid in exposure.
Yeah.
Oh, ow.
Okay. Here's the thing.
No, it was a gift. It was a gift.
Yes. Steel, this is up to you. Duck receives
Okay.
things, and oh my god, it's the best thing ever. She's seen oh gosh, oh my gosh, right? That kind of freak out. She's totally gonna like tell everybody about him, like everybody.
Yeah.
absolutely
I know.
everybody she can. Like,
I mean, it's one of those things. It takes time to build up, and some bad rolls
Okay.
can impact it.
buy
But
my
I mean,
fence art.
yeah. So it's one of those ones where, as long as Guinan consistently keeps this up, the first year you put. He's probably no, sorry. She is probably not going to get too far, but after book 2, that's when things will start taking off. As long as the effort's put in first of all, it will come out at the end.
All right. I was planning on only doing 3 rolls for the 9 weeks and then make them times 3.
Hold on, I gotta move.
It's just a coincidence that the third one was a good one, so I'm not stopping there because it's the first good one. I
That's
was
fine.
planning on doing that.
Um,
I would have made the divided by 2, but 9 doesn't divide by 2, so that's why I chose that.
no, that's fine. I will
Yippee.
leave with that. Pigwin,
Oh boy.
do you have a name for your place?
No.
All right.
I'm letting you know. Like, I've been brainstorming things, but it's got to be clever. And clever
that's
doesn't
fine.
just happen.
Well, at the end of the summer, you'll have everything in place,
Okay.
and you will open your doors ready for individuals to come and receive training.
All right.
But to get the information out, you do need to try and spread the word about it. So, do you plan to do anything to help get the knowledge of this academy outside of just the city?
Outside of just the city?
Yeah.
Well, there's a certain male robot that I know of.
Currently, Mail Robot is mailing to the city.
Then I mean, the easiest way would just be hiring some couriers, which I wouldn't think would cost a lot. Like,
It depends where you want to go, because basically it costs to go outside the city. It basically costs 1 copper per mile.
how many miles is the
And then-
surrounding 3 cities away?
Yeah, it depends on how far you want to go, if they have to stay night, and and how big is the thing they're delivering. Those are the normal sort of costs.
Well, 1 gold would be 100 miles, so I'm assuming that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
You could send some with a lucky break to Arcissus,
this is true.
like flyers that way, and
yeah.
out towards Turves and the other place.
Yeah, there you go. There's some flyers.
You're not likely to get anything from Turves, and no delivery posts.
Well, the short legs, I'm saying.
Hey, you know, the greatest adventures come from the most unlikely of places. So, something philosophy.
I know, but the situation with Turves at the moment is you don't get any from Turves.
All right, that's fair. Regardless, flyers are sent to place around.
How much you spending on flyers?
And they're paper, right?
Yeah, well, it costs money to print and design. Printing isn't cheap nowadays.
You could probably get Mecca to do the engineering design to make it look relatively nice, or what's her name, Guiding Light to do make it look artistic.
Mecha can also make things look artistic.
I mean, if you
Though
guys
probably not just pamphlet.
Steel, you still haven't told me what the cost of printing is.
That is what I'm looking at.
You're like, it's not cheap, and then never gave me a price.
Also, do you want me to throw any dice at things?
If you guys
You
would like
would
to help, I
probably
wouldn't deny it.
You probably would be out and about at this point by the time it actually gets opened, but during the cut and travel, you'll be able to do stuff.
Alright, just let me know if I have to throw some dice at stuff.
In the meantime, I have more pressing questions, which is in the normal world of Everglow, how are school seasons typically divided? Are they trimesters, semesters? What is the standard?
They are. There's probably not going to have any normal split like what is considered here. They're probably going to do, because it's an 8-day week. They have 2 days off the weekend. They have 1 day which is dedicated to the deity. So that's 1, 2, 3,
Well,
5 days where they probably would would teach, and they would probably just learn the entire time. The only time they'll have off would be holidays in regards to religious holidays.
Well, I was mainly just wondering, like, it's like regardless of real time, like quarters, trimesters, like all those are just like those are just divisions of a year, and so
5 days out of every week would be
Yeah,
your
I'm-
basically like a normal school kind of thing.
Well, yeah, but I'm just wondering, like, what's the standard for Everglow's semesterly schedule? Like, because, like, for example, college has a spring semester and a fall semester, and and then if you want to do summers, you can, but like most colleges don't have a lot of courses to offer in those times. Just as an
They
example.
would, and it's basically whatever you set up. The generic school thing, there is no structure like that. Your kids come to school, they learn, they then get apprentices, and then go to learn.
Yeah, it's a trade craft,
more-
kind of.
I think
It's more considered work than a work structure more than a school structure. Because
Gotcha. Well, this would be getting the word out, getting some students to sign up, right?
well, you're aiming for adventurers. So
Yeah.
Scout
Well,
type thing.
students adventures, you could call it a guild if you want, but like
Yeah.
It's like what month would he start this is what I'm asking. Like the time period
Well,
matters,
you
like-
basically you would open the doors at the end of summer, basically.
End of summer. Okay, cool. If the doors are opening at the end of the summer, the way Penguin's going to divide it, so there's a fall semester. There is for learning. There is a spring semester for learning in the subsequent year, and then past there. Summers are usually devoted to out of class studies, i.e., going on actual adventures to apply said knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's fine.
that makes sense. It's like you
So
learn
it's like
things,
an
you learn things,
like
and
an
then once you've
adventurous
learned
game,
things, go adventure, and then come back and tell us what you've learned. Like,
You could call it the Seekers.
do the seekers exist actually?
Yes, they are called the Seekers of the One Herd, and they tend to be individuals operating in that name.
Oh, you could probably get out to them, like as a means to sort of like help with things.
They,
Like that way.
Those exist already?
I was
Yep.
gonna say, I was gonna say, nope, can't name myself the Seekers. It's already taken. It's not original. But I mean, if the Seekers are well known, that would be one person or one group that he kind of sends out that way. Like, send me people. Like,
All right, to print, you would be looking at about 1 gold per poster, given the cost of paper and the cost of ink.
You could probably get Becca to make the ink cheap because it's an alchemical thing. Yes.
It would be the charge of the printing press, which is there's only one.
Ah,
how
okay.
much does it cost to buy a printer?
Just cut out the middleman. I love it. We'll make mercenaries out of everyone yet. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Thank you.
Oh god.
See, I know you've rubbed us all the right way from the previous game.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Oh
Oh boy.
Minya was a fun character to play.
I have a feeling Steele is actually looking that up.
He's having to go look up and figure.
Yeah, I wonder if that's even a Pathfinder item.
No, it isn't. I've just looked.
Well, are you
and
sure?
I
Are you
just-
sure? Are you sure? Like a paper would be like a whole like the cost of paper is that expensive? Because like a normal book, like a spell book, is like well like just a normal book is like only like not even like a whole gold, and that has like
Uh, a gold book is roughly about 50 gold.
well a spell
Oh,
A
book.
journal is 10 gold. A journal
Yeah,
is
I mean
10 gold.
that's empty.
Yeah, that's
but
a spell. That's a spell book. I'm just meaning like normal paper book that isn't meant for spells. Like it's
Yeah,
and that a spell book itself is 15 gold, not 50.
yeah. So that paper would. I don't know what is.
paper is 4 silver pieces each.
Depends
Yep.
on the quality of. If you take rice paper, that's only 5 copper pieces.
But you kind of printing press. 1 page, 250 gold.
Yeah, that is a 1-page printing press. Yes.
Yeah, that's how much it would cost to get 1 page printing.
It weighs
Nice.
150 pounds.
Hand cranked press.
Yep.
Process.
Hand crank. That's engineering. You could probably make that if you've got like 125 gold. You want to give like if Mecca has the time or whatever, you might be able to do that.
It can print
Since
5
since
pages.
it's at the end of the summer.
Oh god, that's without typesetting. Holy god.
Yeah. This is why it costs.
God. Use a scribe, it's way cheaper. Oh.
Oh boy. Well, I guess rather than just flyers, he's just gonna send individual letters out to, like I said, like people like the Seekers or
Yeah.
the heads of towns, because like people
you can-
posting that
you
in their
can
own
write-
news is a lot more important than just trying to convince
Yeah.
people to come here.
You can write letters to places. You can't write to the Seekers because they're individuals who travel Everglow. There's no home base. They work by name only.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is when they're in their nomadic age.
You could give them a place to stay. That would get word around quickly.
It's not his school isn't designed for a place for them to stay. It is a place of learning.
Well, you could give them a discount. There we go.
Well, the issue with the Seekers is they're generally individuals who have taken up the calling, so they're already trained. It's the only downside. Anyway, but yeah, writing letters to various places is fine, and that won't require any additional expenditure of money. You just write a letter.
All right, that'll work.
And your school, surprisingly enough, did come with those supplies. Oh, in other news as well, you will all probably, anyone who visits Duck's Bakery or visits Duck at any point, she will probably be telling everybody that she is expecting a little duckling sometime in the future.
Great news. Great news.
I'm gonna tell Gunther.
I think he
don't
probably
tell
knows.
Gunther, you can't know this. He'll be so jealous.
Gunter
Yeah.
knows.
Does not seem like the little sibling sort.
He doesn't like sharing.
Unless it's cookies.
But that will be the other news that is shared.
That would have to be something Lucky Break would hear about when he's back.
And then beat up Penguin for not telling him. Why Thwack hits him with the book? Didn't Thwack? You Thwack? Tell me, Thwack.
Tell somebody when you're clean across the country.
I think that'd be mostly letters out, finish school setting up, find it out. Sounds good.
Is there any responses throughout the summer? People interested, anything like that before we open doors?
No, not yet. Claire.
Okay. Since I mentioned the greenhouse is ready by now, but yes?
Oh god, yeah.
Okay. So the big thing is, let's see. Are there any local druids or anything like that potentially that are living in the area?
No. There's no. I've got no mention of any druids or anything like that in the local area. The only individuals that have any oddity that you know of would be the tribes of bones, but they tend to deal more with the.
Okay. And even they don't really venture into the forest much, do they?
No.
Good old-fashioned necromancy.
Most people don't enter the forest at all. Most people stay well clear of it.
Yeah. Are there any people that tend to occasionally travel through there from the south?
No. Literally, people take the longer route around it, right?
Okay.
Unless you're a bunch of adventurers.
Okay. The other thing, next thing I'm thinking of, are there any scouts or anything like that that are capable wilderness people around the city?
I mean, there would be individuals, but it'd be hard pressed for any of them to travel any deeper into the forest than necessary.
Yeah, well, it's more like looking for particular plants that I would be interested in trying to find them for.
Okay. They'll be good at scouting, not
Yeah, that's what
necessarily
I'm asking them
plant.
for, is trying to find certain types of plants in particulars.
You wouldn't have anyone who would be on that side of it. They could go and scout, and if you gave them a decent enough image, they probably would be able to find something similar, a description of it, paper, then possibly.
Yeah, as I said, being able to, how much would that cost for their services in terms of, to be able to try to find a few of the plants the plants I would need to try to enchant with things for later, or just plants that might have been infused with the magics of the place. Basically, I'm trying to sort of see if I can actually find it naturally, so I can try to transplant it. Which there are roles and something I can do.
I will put it trying to find. I'll tell you now. With the type of cost of that plant, it's probably going to be a very rare one, and it's probably going to be deeper than any of these will be able to go. But cost. Oh no. Where's the? Here we are. Hiring a trained individual in a job that won't require any hazard pay is free, but they would see going and scouting in the Forest of Dreams is hazard pay, or is considered a hazard. Is not the sort of thing you win. Yeah, I know that.
You're looking at the hireling thing?
Yeah, I'm just that's the basic. Just hiring a basic individual. I'm just trying to. There was something I remember seeing when it comes to hazards. No, it just states where they start. You'll probably be looking somebody with a gold piece per day to scout in the Forest of Dreams.
That's relatively fair. Okay. I'd say probably, given most of the things are, let's say, I could probably devote a. It wouldn't impact me too much to have effectively 2 weeks, from 1 week from the summer and 1 week from the next month, in regards to things, to hiring out people to look that way.
Okay.
While she does like work and all, and if they do find something to, with like a, because again, she's got a pretty decent map of the area in regards to things, because she goes out herself normally to look for various herbs and other things like that on occasion. So,
how many people you're going to hire?
we'll hire 2 people to scout in for the first week, and then 2, which will be 28 gold in total. 14.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be 28 gold, and then I'm just gonna roll.
Okay.
And nothing, I guess, from either one.
Oh, that's for a completely different role.
Oh, okay. Did you want me to roll something then for seeing if they found something?
No. So what are they looking for? This is the question.
Okay, one moment. I gotta make sure I got the right ones. The biggest one would be the goodberry. That would be the biggest one, like the kind of something I could use for the goodberry bush.
Uh-huh. Is that the only thing you're sending them out for?
That one, and let's see, the other one. I'm trying to make sure I get the right one. Oh, that's not a useful one. The other one would be no, not that one. Heck no, you're never gonna find that one. One moment. I'm trying to find where are they? The would be the goodberry thing for the goodberry bush, and where is it? The one that's neutralized poison. Oh heck, where it's right in here somewhere. One moment, I'm trying to find it. Clean thistle. Yeah, it'd be because both of them are spring and summer, so those are the 2, and the good berries throughout the year. So,
what was the name of the other plant? Sorry.
clean thistle, and the goodberry bush.
No, I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
Can you link me to it by any chance if you've got it open?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. One moment. I'll toss it into the Discord. Whoop, wrong one. There we go.
How? It's a magical plant. Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Let's have a quick look.
Oh.
Right. They for the first outing, the 2 individuals who you sent out would only come back with more mundane herbs, basically. Because I assume you probably will ask them to get more mundane stuff anyway.
If nothing else, yeah, there's always that because there's useful for this, that, and the other.
This helps obviously restock you. For the second outing, still 2 individuals?
Still 2 individuals, yeah.
Alright, let me just go for them. Okay, fine. Same 2 things they're looking for?
Yep, I'm just those 2 because it's a summer and a winter plant, summer and an all-year plant, yeah.
Okay.
And they're kind of useful things throughout because, like all the others, very much more situational and probably very, very deep in the Forest of Dreams. Like, given the rarity and the value, this is something that would only really grow very deep in there.
Okay. Again, they would only come back with your basic herbs, I'm afraid.
Okay. Actually, curious. The other curious question: does the royal family have any kind of diviner on their service?
I mean, there would be a temple in the city that would do divine stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like how much something to low cost to potentially locate something like that would be.
To locate something of that, you commit a significant amount of resources because of how valuable it is. And given how dangerous the Forest of Dreams are, you would need significant resources to get in there and get out something like that safely.
Yeah. Well, as I said, like this is something for the party to do because this is something that would benefit everyone. As if we had a week or whatever for things like. But yeah, nothing either way, huh? Oh well. Okay. One moment, I'll do my rolls. Okay, we'll do the 6. Go ahead and
I will leave you with your working out,
Yep.
as you can do your math.
Yep.
Lucky, I'm going to give you your information about what was in between games, as you get a lot of information in regard. Apparently, no one gets ill during summer.
this is what I was expecting on my rolls. Like this is what I was actually expecting on my rolls.
3, 4, 1, 4, 11, 3.
Yeah.
Well, you're coming out of flu season, so no one's getting ill.
Yay.
22, 40 gold. Okay.
What is it? So, Lucky, I'll have to come back to you with your bits and pieces. Mecca.
Now you understand why I was hesitant to roll.
Does Lucky help Mecha out with the investors? Do you
He
have time
would
for
have.
that?
I don't know if he would have had time for that before he left. The painting would have been, but full-on negotiation with investors would have taken a full day.
Okay.
The sorting out and getting investors for you is something that will take a significant amount of time, as it's going around pitching, that sort of thing, setting up meetings. So that would, in a sense, take up somebody like Lucky about a month to do it all. Plus, there's also planning the pitch and that side of things. So it is something that would take up Lucky a significant amount of Lucky's.
Yeah. He wouldn't have been able to file out before leaving to talk to our sisters.
Can you roll me an assist then for whatever little bit of assistance you could do?
Yeah,
I suppose you could have given some advice on things.
that is what assisting is. So Lucky has enough time to assist you with the deployment given language card you've got.
Yeah, it's probably good that I say it myself anyway. Whew.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll roll diplomacy for assist.
You don't need to, I don't think, if you don't want to, because you have what, plus 14 or so?
I have a plus 10 regularly, and then I
Yeah,
get
so you
half
can't fail.
down.
Well, we'll see how high you get. 'Cause that's the
Basically, I get half my level twice, so I have a plus 2 to my 10. Next level, it'll be a plus 4, essentially. Well, situationally.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and roll it. Not the best. Roll a 4.
Well,
16 is enough to get the bonus.
okay. So I mean, what it goes, Lucky gives you tips and pointers, but is only able to offer so much. As it's clear, there's a lot more. There's a lot more that can be done, but Lucky's just very sad that he does not have the time to fully help you out. But it's enough for you to start putting together a pitch and stuff like that.
Yeah, I almost wish I would have saved my retraining until after.
You're still only low level. You haven't got much fun, so you can't expect too much in the first year.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to wow my potential investors.
I mean, I would say this is sort of putting against your pitch and starting to talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that include the +2?
That does not. So
Okay.
20.
Hey, nice roll.
So you do what you were planning to do, which is put together something for your post office in regards to do that, and you have yourself a nice pitch put together. You practice with your parents, and your mother will at least sort it out, so you can at least talk to a few individuals.
Got it.
It's 12 weeks, right, per season?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to
There we
make
go.
sure I'm getting it right.
So with your pitches, Mecca, you have individuals who are interested, and they basically want to know how many would you plan to make, and the sort of things that they want to know how quickly it will take you to make these, and what would you need, that sort of.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on having the first wave, my first creations roll out as early as summer of next year. Okay. Does take me a little while to get the chassis together, but as soon as I start making some headway, I can offshore some of the more grunt work to local blacksmiths and alchemists. I motion to my parents.
They probably wouldn't be with you with your talking, but yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, so basically you're investing back into the local economy, which is really good. They'll like that. Because that means they can...
How much would you be trying to get investment-wise? Because obviously I'm guessing you looked into the cost of building one of these.
yeah. I won't put an actual number on it because I don't exactly know how much it's going to thing, but I want I spit all the amount that will likely generate 6 more prototypes.
I did find the page and check this. Oh, there it is. You gain.
So not much in the headway of shit between the two, but did learn a lot about the other one.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Claire's good for you. Good for information. Being the only one from there. Yeah, I'll have to look into the cost of like trying to like a locate object or something like that.
What are you planning to make them out of metal? I'm guessing.
Hopefully I can cheapen it down to wood, but metal is gonna be my go-to. At least I'm not planning on making it out of adamantine right away. You know.
Well, you could view like basically there's a more economical model. If you wanted something that was basically more for the speed, you could say like I can have this as an option as well on the table. Like if you wanted something...
I'm gonna hold out a bunch of options. Like Mecha is not lacking in ideas.
I mean, you could try to build them out of pineapples, but I don't think it would be very.
So
Where are
I
we
got
gonna get coconuts in this time of year?
I had various materials, various speeds, various mobilities.
Actually, coconut would probably be more expensive than wood because you can only get.
Yeah, when out on the coast, that's why I was sort of poking fun at it.
I'm just trying to get an idea of the cost, and I think it's actually quite expensive. Like, very expensive.
Yeah, they are pretty expensive.
You're asking for a lot of money. So you're to get out 7 prototypes. Means at each must be use of raw materials costing half its basic cost plus full cost of the basic body structs.
So I'm thinking 6,250 gold. Is that about it?
I think
For what?
we are looking at about that much. Yes.
That is a lot of money.
So that you present an interesting idea. It's the cost is what puts off a lot of individuals, as you are a very much a startup and stuff like that. But one of them will say they will give you half to make a single one, as to prove that you can do it. That can be tested. As
Okay.
obviously they know of your personal one, but they obviously want to make sure it's a fluke. There you will have to sign a contract that does state that should you fail to
Produce it
Yeah.
by
you are responsible for repaying the investment.
Right. Ooh, putting a lot on the line here, but yeah.
And they will expect a working prototype by the end of next year.
The end of next year. Got it.
So you have a little bit longer than you said.
Yeah, that is very good.
Year and a half is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that should cover you to get to level 4, get enough money together to actually make one.
Right. So,
and should you complete this, they will potentially look into helping you more. This is one of the local nobles in the vicinity that's doing this.
yeah. Whew. I'm putting a lot on the line here.
Whenever we work out exactly how much it cost, basically you only have to pay half the cost.
Right.
If you do forget, I will have the bailiffs come round and start taking.
So, yeah, I brought up the building new construct, like building and modifying constructs, and for a large animated object, it listed the price. Yeah, as 12,500 gold, so that's 6,250 gold is the half of that. I might be able to whip up a tiny, maybe make a fleet of like carrier pigeons for like just mailing stuff. Tiny carrying pigeons.
That might work. Well, we'll just. I think that's something we discuss out of game a little bit more to work out how it works and sit down and look at the crafting rules together.
Yeah.
But you made some headway, and we'll sit and work out a little bit more in more detail with that a little bit later on.
Okay. Other than that, I'm actually gonna put the ingredients I bought a while ago, like the ingredient fund I bought a while ago, and actually make those acids and alkalines that I wanted to make.
Yeah. You can spend some time crafting and make your mum will buy them off you at the shop.
Oh, well, I was gonna keep a hold of them because you never know when.
Okay. No, that's fine. If you're planning to keep them, you may keep them.
Cool. So I'm gonna make the roll, and I'm gonna have +5 because one of the potions I can make, one of my extracts is Crafter's Fortune.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could basically take 10 on the roll, so you would perfectly fine with crafting, basically.
Yeah. So yeah. Other than that,
will you continue with your mail stuff?
Yeah, I may as well continue with my mail order stuff to keep.
Right. You would. How much did you make last time?
9 gold, 6 silver.
9 gold, 6 silver. You'll make a little bit more because you would.
I'm like, I gotta be twice as fast as next best option.
Are you alright?
You're right.
I apparently had my head set up when I was saying "bless you" there with the sneezing.
You when you're sneezing.
Oh
God!
Thing.
I just saw that image. All right. So yeah, you would make that. You would get a little bit more you would make 14 gold and 9 silver this time round.
14 gold and 9 silver. Cool.
Obviously, remember you have to pay 2 gold's rent.
Yeah, I'm extracting that already.
No, that's fine. All right. Then we go into the winter.
Wait,
so,
winter?
You mean fall?
Yeah.
Fall.
Fall.
Somehow they actually seem to completely miss autumn. So I'm going to assume not much happens during very much the same. Because I just went and looked and I go, and it says winter. And you're quite right,
Yeah,
there is
so
there is no fall.
Sort of a free month for us.
Yeah, you've basically nothing major's happening in the Empire. So you guys can If you're doing very much the same, then my advice is make your rolls, because I think most people are probably just going to keep chugging through what they've already got in
Yeah.
place. Does
I'm
anyone?
going to be looking for just the one plant
Yeah.
because it's summer and winter for the one.
Okay. I just want to. I'm going to go quickly down the list and ask if anybody wants to do anything special.
Yeah, I'll be
Um,
going out with them as well for a week, each week. So I'm only going to be rolling 4 times rather than 6.
Right, I'm going to go
I'm gonna-
down the list. I'll be with you in a moment. So, Roderick, is there anything additional other than to your perform you wish to do? You still with us, Ted?
Ted?
No, Ted.
He's been captured by the Thieves Guild.
I did want to say that there was one thing I'd like to do.
Yeah, I'm going to work down the list. I'll be with you in a minute, Doug. Ted, is there anything you want to do particular for full, other than your checks to do performing?
I mean,
You don't have to. I'm just giving you the opportunity to.
yeah, it's like, I don't like. Honestly, everyone has these great visions of grandeur when I'm just like, I want to live and just make money.
There's nothing wrong with that. So, if there's nothing, I'll go down to guide and make sure they don't want to do anything additional, and then I'll keep going down the list. Is that
Yeah,
right?
well, I want to make money too, but it's just
Yeah, I will get to you when you're on your initiative.
So, no sense motive yet, or no sleight hand.
Okay, so make your check. I'll come back to you with your funds once you've done it. Guiding, anything special?
Visiting the Queen from time to time, asking how everybody's doing, how she's doing, how her brother's doing.
Mhm.
If there's anything that I can help with in particular. Painting wise,
Do you want to collab with me on the design for my mecha mounts, future mecha mounts?
I'd love to.
Oh yeah.
Special painting wise, there is a thing with Ping Wing, and the normal stuff is the Sun Cats that I have prepared. Where I made some sketches. I'm gonna finish those. The digging scene where we were in the cave and dug out the chests of the generals, and I'm gonna make one of those. One of the covers of the cheesy romance novels where you have the hero in some sort of heroic pose with a pretty woman in his arm. That, but with Penguin and Duck,
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
and he's fighting off generals.
that's adorable. Incredibly
All right.
And outside of that, I'm gonna help Mecha and make some money.
All right. So I want to check in regards to it. What sort of things would you be willing to do to help Palace?
I am a decent flyer. I can paint. I can record stuff in sketches and paintings. If that is an option, I can create, I don't know, propaganda material for
you talk about war recruitment posters.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Cool. Then they will take you up.
No, not the Soviet style.
They'll take you up on the war.
Sure, if they have anything in particular. Otherwise, I'm gonna make something up.
They will trust with your artistics in regards to it. as the queen isn't very much that sort of isn't artistic in nature.
Sure. Does she have some advisors that I could consult with?
There probably will be advisors.
Okay. Then I'm gonna talk to those people who actually run the recruitment process.
Yeah.
What they could, where they struggle, and what I could help with.
It's mainly just trying to encourage the younger individuals to join up and help fight and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, but they would know better what the concerns of the people are and what they respond to well in recruitment.
Yeah.
So.
For you will be paid probably 200 gold to help with.
Nice. All right.
See, artists. You just got to know the right people to get your commissions out with.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm gonna.
I have no idea who's gonna be the richest by the end of this, but.
All right. Yeah.
That's because you're. This is going to take up a bit more of your time in regards to it. You probably have less time in regards to painting.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. I mean, I'm basically busy with the 3 paintings for 1 week each. That's out of the 12, so that should be
okay.
Should be lots of time, and I don't have to make them back to back, so I can I can switch it around. And yeah, helping Mecca, I don't know.
Just give me
designing?
give me an assist roll on artistry.
Sure. Let's hope that I don't completely screw this one up. Where's my artistry? There it is. I guess painting, not choreography.
Painting, yeah, would probably best.
Ooh. I made it.
You got the +2.
Well, I could have. Yeah, I could have. No. On an assist, you can't take 10. So yeah.
No, you can't.
Good.
So yeah.
Alright.
3 times.
I'm gonna jump down. So obviously, I'll leave you with any additional rules there. Pigwin.
Yeah, I was gonna. Is this still during the summer, or are we on the next?
No, you are in fall.
Fall, yeah.
So, what I was going to see about is, well, first, how many people have heard and are coming to Squid School?
You have currently not received any letters back.
How dare they? Well, anyways, he is going to make a starter spellbook regardless, just in case. And that is going to cost this much. It's pretty much just going to have cantrips in it. Effectively, what the idea is, I mean, people who are starting probably don't exactly have spellbooks. So, in a much college-esque fashion, this is a book he's making, and people can rent it out week per week at a very smaller cost than what a normal spellbook would be, and can learn from it and build their own spellbooks. Is kind of what the idea is.
Also, I will ask, how much are you charging for teaching?
That's partially why I was wondering, like, what the or why I was trying to come up with that, what like is like semesterly, quarterly, like that whole thing, because that's kind of what it would be based on. What would be a ballpark figure of? I guess would a knowledge local or something like that give me like a ballpark figure? What would be more business acceptable?
Well, you're the only one who's set up something like this, so it would be very difficult to base it upon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Most other trained jobs tend to take apprentices, and they're taught like that. So, but you're doing it a little bit differently, so it's hard to say. I can give you how much a teacher of a basic student will make.
That would be good.
You're looking at about 2 gold a week.
Nice. Well, that's normal teachers, and this is he is not teaching normal subjects. So I'm trying to think.
Well, I need to know it for at least next time. That's what you need to come up with.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'll come up with that figure. Just put me at the bottom of initiative right now.
No, that's fine. Claire, you wanted to
Basically,
do...
I'm going to be doing the same thing I did last time, but going out with them as well to help ensure that they can basically try to refine a little bit more with regards to things, like ensuring their safety.
Okay. Are you? So you're hiring?
I'm hiring the same two people, basically the same thing I did, except I'm going out for the 2 weeks in particular.
Yeah. Are you? So you're accompanying both of them out on the same?
Basically, I set them together last time to try to work together and trying to.
Yeah.
So I'm basically going out with them, basically there and trying to find the plant as well. Like.
Okay. So.
Yeah, just going out. You mentioned having to basically, it would have to be more. There'd be someone would have to actually step out to really do this kind of thing. That was basically you sort of saying that, hey, you need to do that. Like basically was what I was inferring, unless you were wrong about that.
Well, no, I would say I've referred to. You would have to go a lot deeper into the forest to potentially find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So.
That was.
Are you? So you're going out with them both, and you are looking to how deep you're going to the forest?
A bit deeper this time.
Sorry, say that again.
A bit deeper this time.
And what time?
Than last time. But I would be going basically deep enough to try to where I could reasonably find the plants, since the scouts didn't return anything at all.
Okay, so you actually want to try and get that deep. Okay.
Yeah, I would try to get a little bit deeper, yes.
It wouldn't be a little bit. You would be going like quite far into the forest.
Okay, that's fine.
Like off my little map deep.
Okay. That's fine.
All right. Roll me a few D100s. I think first week, roll me 8.
How many?
8, because you're going out for 8 days.
Okay, one moment. Let's do it that way. A 35, 36, 95, 64, 92, 43, 16, 8, and 11.
Okay, well, the beginning of the week isn't too bad. The last and final days are where it gets a bit of an issue here. So, okay.
How many weeks are there in a normal month?
12.
12 weeks in an Everglow month?
Sorry?
12 weeks in an Everglow month?
Yeah.
6
Six
weeks
per
in one
month.
Everglow month.
Okay. You would be kind of you'd be attacked by tigers, basically. 5 of them, to be precise.
Wow.
Like I said, when you go deep into the forest, it's dangerous. There's a reason why people don't go deep.
Okay.
This would be, you would know from your training, this is something you would have to basically pull away from, which would push you out.
Yeah.
I roll me. Do you have soldiering as a profession?
I have basically surgery to save people's lives as a profession.
Surgery to save people's lives. Okay. Then you can roll me a fortitude save.
Okay.
Right, let's roll the scouts.
Again, I can save someone that's.
All right. So one of them is able to keep up and basically is able to obviously keep pace with yourself. The other one is basically trips over, will be potentially heavily mauled by tigers, and
Again, I have
roll
a
me-
healing and.
I know, but you can't heal them as they're being eaten by tigers. Roll me an intimidate check to try and scare them off to save this individual.
Okay. Please, dice, be considerate for me. Nope. Like, as I said, the dice give me the middle finger. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Basically, what would happen is you would not be able to save that scout.
Damn.
You would be able to return later on to retrieve his body, but you would not be able to drive the tigers off enough to be able to safely rescue him.
Yeah. Oh well. Damn it. I want to see something real quick. I want to see. This would have probably been a 20. Watch this.
19.
Close.
Yeah, 19. Yeah. This is me giving the middle finger. Damn it. Yeah, she would go back to get his body, as well as do the equivalent funeral expenses too.
To be honest, I don't think funerals cost too much. I think you probably could get away with 2 gold on a funeral.
Yeah, still, that's. But again, no signs of the plants at all, huh?
When you were around when the tigers attacked is roughly where you were in the vicinity where you could potentially start finding them. You can continue try pushing in, but
Not with just
the
one,
other
no.
scout,
No.
the other scout has lost his nerve at this point.
Yeah, no. She would come back after the again. This was just a week out, and after them with their no. She'd return, pay him that, and I'll be using the Shuriken again for things.
Yeah.
One moment. Three, 4, and 5. Okay, so
Lucky, you're being diplomanced. You're having a good time with the king, and he'll be showing you like kingdom, and probably you'll be getting to know some of the other.
the last one. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yep.
I'll go into more details about them. Yeah, in a
I
minute.
gotta add these up.
There's a lot of information to.
All right.
And I will have to. I do apologise for not giving you too much detail.
That's fine. I'm Lucky Break. He just listens and helps out as he can. Tries to.
That's fine.
His goal is to try to. Right now, learning about the 2 cultures and he is wanting to build to strengthen the relationship between the 2 because the 2's relationship is uneasy at best. In the best of terms.
No, that's fine. Mecca.
Yep.
Would there be anything in particular you would want to do a full, which is additional. I know. Guiding helped you with designs of the chassis. Was it?
Yes, I'm gonna put a lot of work into building a prototype type chassis with my artistry. Just make the outside look good. I still can't make the inner parts actually run.
That's fine. So this is more just you're not making. Oh my god.
Oh my
You're
god.
You're not making any of the gubbins. You're just making the outer side of it.
Yeah.
Don't forget that adds a +2.
Yep.
You could.
So that prototype that I'm making for this guy is going to look beautiful. Mecha, like Zero, is going to look like a piece of junk that I threw together with leftovers from my parents' workshops, which is true.
Pretty much. I think working on the prototype would be something which will take up a good portion of your time because you're trying to make it like you're using this as a selling point. So you are putting a lot of time and effort, sort of.
Yeah, into the fall. Yeah.
Yeah. When you do present it to him, he does seem very impressed. They do like it. It does. They ask if it can obviously do anything what it potentially can do yet. And they're a little bit disappointed in regards to the fact it's just the outer chassis and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's good to run it by him first to make sure that what he's buying is up to his visual standards.
I mean, with that, it most definitely is.
Plus, that was the easy bit.
Sorry, say that again?
That was the easy bit, making the outside look good.
Yeah.
Also, like, I think I might go for the looking to hire someone to do my mail route.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can easily find some fool to do that for you. How much do you want to pay the individual?
Let's see. I'll start him off how I started off with, but I'll round it up. I'm offering 10 golds for the 2-month spread. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So 10 gold overall.
How about 6 gold a month?
6 gold a month. Okay.
If I remember how the months work, that would be 1 gold every week. That's a pretty good pay rate.
Yes. 1 gold.
So
Basically the cost of like unpaid labour, basically.
still doing unpaid labor.
So what you're probably going to get, you're going to get
basically he gets 2 silver more than like what he would normally get paid for unpaid labor. So
yeah.
given about a 25% more than most would get.
So you are probably going to get a few people interested. You would probably you got a choice. You either got a young pony who's just starting adult and work. You have a more older pony who's stopped their main job but something to active, or you've got a more middle-aged pony. You can, if you've got sense motive, you may roll it on each of them to determine.
Yeah, I will check my sense motive, but I don't believe Mecha has good sense motive. Nope. So I'm gonna go with the young pony because I feel awkward bossing around being a manager of someone who's that much older than me.
Fair enough. So you hire the young pony. With them running it, the first you will sadly, with paying them, make a loss on it. Overall of just 1 gold piece.
Understandable. So
Yeah.
I make a loss of 1 gold piece this month, and I still have to pay my rent, so I lose 3 gold pieces.
Oh no! Oh god!
Oh,
Oh my lord.
Suspicious. That could have gone better. 3 1s, 1 2,
Wow.
and 1 9. Yeah.
someone bad paints. Someone scorched your paints.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'd
that's
let you
just
see.
That's just the bonus to what I want to do. That's not the
I-
actual posters.
This is like
I'd
Van
like to see
Gogh.
the
Like this is the years when like he didn't do so well.
Next time you see. All right. As winter comes, there are several skirmishes on the border. One village and the associated mine has to be abandoned.
Well, I didn't. Did I still get to do my thing?
What was it you wanted to do? Sorry, Doc.
Yeah, I never actually got to tell you what Penguin was doing because I said I was coming up with that cost list and everything.
Okay. What's Penguin doing?
During the summer months, or sorry, the fall months.
Full months.
Do something. I'll be back.
So he was. I was just going to give you that figure of kind of what he would have sent out and things like that to see if anybody would either respond to him through either letters or anything like that. Namely, for just for cost sake, the business side of it, you know, because that's really kind of what matters. So I was the figure he'd put out is for the school is every 2 weeks 7 gold pieces for the training, 2 gold pieces bi-weekly for given writing materials and costs that come with the school, 2 gold pieces weekly if they rent out one of his starting spellbooks to start their own per student. This is in comparison to the normal, like the book that he would be writing is technically 115 gold pieces on its own, which is a lot more exorbitant than just 2 gold pieces a week, and that should just help them get a start on their own, among other things, such as, I mean, just a blank spell book is like 25 gold pieces and things like that. So that would be the general cost and benefit of having somebody come to the school.
All right. Just type that out. The basic cost, so I've got that written somewhere.
Okay. I just want to make it so it's like, you know, the figure that he's putting out isn't like outrageous, and it actually kind of gives a benefit over doing an apprenticeship, which is what I'm going for because I mean he's teaching, but it's still a business. I will put that down in writing though.
Yeah, that's fine. Just so I've got an idea of what it is.
Doing this design work will probably and then, you know, making several of them will probably take her the rest of the 2 months.
No, that's fine.
So
because fuck those trolls.
It was obviously difficult.
With that cost in mind through the fall, like, does he get any responses?
Not through fall, no.
Gotcha.
I'm afraid.
Yeah. And that's just
You're
like
in your bi-week.
Yeah.
Right. So, actually, how many weeks in a year for this? Okay. If you turn that into a month, how much would it be per month?
That was just in a month for just the training or for the training every 2 weeks and the just given writing materials like ink and stuff like that that they're paying for. That would just be 135 per person for just that, and then two. It depends on if they the other is like the 2 gold piece. That's just like the constant cost for coming to the training. The 2 gold pieces weekly if they rent out one of his starter books depends on how long they have that starter book. Honestly, so I mean, if it's weekly, and there's 6 weeks in a thing, that's just 12 extra gold on top of that, which would make it, if they just had it for the whole month, a maximum cost of 147 gold pieces a month per student.
And 12 gold for. So I just had to put it into a number that I didn't have to do too much math and work it out.
Mhm.
Give the GM less math, he's happy.
135 costs monthly base, and then
Um,
12. Yeah.
That's quite expensive.
I mean, I put myself $25,000 in debt for college, so it's not outlandish. And it's fairly like that's the benefit he's giving is an apprenticeship. Like I said, just for the cantrip book, like with just the starting cantrips for a thing, is 115 gold. That's like not even first level spells, and these are people like the people who he's trying to get to come here are people who want to be adventurers, the people who don't know how to scribe skrills and write spell books, and like that's who he's trying to cater to. Like it's like if they don't know who to go for, like he's offering a place for them to come to without having to like try to find somebody to be an apprentice to, which is the big problem. Because I mean, trying to find somebody that will like you can apprentice to is like really hard.
And they'll often charge you far more up front. And he's basically setting the entry to be affordable rather than something that's just for the very, very rich.
Oh yeah.
Because like my friend, he actually got an apprenticeship for welding. Man, he had to spend like thousands of dollars just to get to that apprenticeship. Like, and that's like cost like up front.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, apprenticing is like
wow,
expensive.
Okay, so I was hoping to get through all the downtime, but it's taken longer than I anticipated. But I think there was a lot of setup of everybody's stuff. So we're only at
one of us are very ambitious.
Yes. So what we will next week we will continue on from winter onwards. There is more stuff that's going to happen, and then hopefully we'll get to spring, and then we'll start book number 2. I don't know what's going to happen when there's a time skip of like 5 years. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, that's going to be great.
At that point, instead of breaking it down monthly, I think break it down yearly.
Yeah.
So you have to plan for an entire year.
I will point out that the 15 copies will be worth a total of the 200 gold pieces.
No, that's fine.
I think it'll actually get a lot faster from here now that most people have like a more.
We have a goal that every one of us wants to do. Like, I want to get my magic plants.
I want to get my car company.
The other big thing that you want to consider, though, Steel, just to let you know, healing is a very important thing, especially in these trying times. Thingwing is a light mage. He knows how to cast healing spells and things like that. That's part of what he would be teaching people here. Just saying.
Yeah, that would be certain. Like being able to pick up like that kind of thing without having to go to the clergy would definitely be a tempting things for those that aren't divinely minded.
So I'll be lucky. I'll be throwing some information at you in the week. Jamie, we need to I need to grab you, and we need to talk about how the breakdown of the crop works.
I usually
also Steel. I think we do have the other game too. Just
I know.
Okay.
What were you about to say, Jamie?
Like I work tomorrow night and the next night, but I got a good amount of time of Wednesday off, and I have all of Thursday off.
I'll probably have to grab you Thursday then.
Okay.
And Brony, I will send you a message in regards to what the Thieves Guild want you to do.
Yes, sir.
So I'll have to take the information you give me and try to figure out how to utilize that to current.
Yeah,
Ed,
it'll be a fair amount, so I'll get to you as soon as I can.
If the Thieves Guild gets you to try to rob my car company, I am going to be unhappy.
I'm gonna go say I'm gonna end
Yeah.
the stream now. Say bye, stream. Bye.
Bye.